dust off. Is that what you do? Is that all you're made of? Whatever ain't right, wrote it on yourself. Revisit your act, return to parallel. Living on a guideline, been there, done that, rolled up and dead. Instead of being bitter, back up, go grab your keys. Ready to relish everyday desire. Good fire, lighting up the way. Let go what holds us back. Take over, then different together. Breaking the barrier. Once it's better. 'Cause we can zigzag, show them this is our own track. Look out, we won't get caught up. Don't care, walking the dust off. Is that what you do? Is that all you're made of? Whatever ain't right, wrote it on yourself. Revisit your act, return to parallel. Living on a guideline, been there, done that, rolled up and dead. Instead of being bitter, back up, go grab your keys. Ready to relish everyday desire. Good fire, lighting up the way. Let go what holds us back. Take over, then different together. Breaking the barrier. Once it's better.
What it is, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing today? Appreciate y'all tuning in. How you doing, Zorro? How's the search for the One Piece going? Latralius, welcome to the stream. God damn, I was thirsty. Man, I almost didn't stream again today, bro. But I was like, you know what? I gotta put out content. So I'm gonna do it. How's everybody doing, bro? Tell me how I already heard that they're doom posting, I guess it's Shiyuan. It's not Kiyuan, bro. I hate these pronunciations, bro. Shiyuan. I guess they're doom posting him. I'm gonna call him Homeless Gion from now on. We gonna call him Gion's cousin. I'm like, how the hell? Yo, Blaze, what's good? Bro, Blaze, it was actually your video that they sent to me today, bro. What's good? Shout out to the homie Blaze. Makes good WOOOO content. Yeah, they were talking about how they're already doom posting Shiyuan, bro. They sent me your video. I was like, bro, the dude, we don't even know what he does. I mean, there's leaks, of course, but like, we don't even know what he does, and people already, we haven't even finished doom posting, you know, and we're already doom posting a whole nother character. That's crazy, bro. Swear to God, these people always on something, man. Let's see what we got going on today, man. How many of these do we have left? Probably like 10 runs, and then we'll have enough. Hey, man, I had gotten the links and stuff. People be damned. Bro, I'm telling you, I haven't watched the video yet because I literally got it sent to me like 20 minutes ago, and I was getting ready to do my stream. And I was like, what the hell, bro? How are they already talking shit about this whole man when we don't know nothing, bro? Oh, you wanted to ask me something? Go ahead, bro. Feel free to shoot, mate. Crystal, welcome to the stream. How you doing? The Buns. What's good? Homie's name is The Buns. That video is good. Blaze video? I gotta watch it, bro, because bro, people be yapping about all these characters before they even drop. They've Doom posted mad characters. And it's always funny because they be Doom posting the dudes and then they be asking for dude characters. It's just weird. Wait, what did I just do? Let's see. Can I have you on a feature series that has... Also, do you always have a hat on? Nah, I take my hat on all the time. But, yeah, you can have me on a feature series. Just let me know when so I can plan accordingly with my day and work and all that. And then, for sure, bro. I'll be down to jump in. Bro, these echoes out here always on gang activity. They stay fighting, bro. Rasky, what's good? Welcome to the stream, bro. Yeah, that's dope that you're doing some kind of series, man. Any type of interesting content for the WOOOO space is always welcome by me. I don't need to do nothing. My character will be part of it. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, yeah, bro. Just let me know. I'll tune in to watch when you do it. Let's go do some echoes, man. The new JJK spin-off's trash so far. There's a JJK spin-off. I didn't even know that. What up, V? How you doing? Let's go down here. Yeah, bro. I've recently been trying to think of more content to make for WOOOO, bro. It's just hard because there really ain't a lot to do here. So you got to get creative, bro. All right, let's go in here. Bro, I didn't want to stream today. I was lazy. I was laying in bed. Was playing a little bit of Destiny Rising. And then I was like, you know what? Let's do it. I'm doing good, man. Just chilling for today. I didn't want to stream. And then I started getting messages from people to react to a bunch of videos. Something about like YouTube censoring creators or something that like brand online and a bunch. So I was like, okay, I'll make some videos. Even though I haven't reacted to that today. I'll probably react to that tomorrow. Because I already had like 5 other videos that y'all sent me yesterday to react to. Game Helpers, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream. Bro, my stick drift is actually killing my my shit. I be playing Destiny, that's a whole shooter, and I play a sniper, so I gotta have like pinpoint accuracy, and my character and my controller just be drifting to the left. That shit's AIDS, bro. Let's do this. Let's do it again. Well, it's not that you see it, it's some channels get it enabled and some don't, right? Some even channels that have gotten what's it called? Like verified and everything. It's just random. Yep, I got 92 videos done. If the YouTube AI flags a viewer as an underage kid, only 7 videos can be seen on my channel. Shit's like, oh hell nah. That shit, bro. I hate the fact that big companies like this be using AI for some things that I feel should be manually reviewed, bro. Like when you put out content, it literally says, is this appropriate for children, blah, 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 and all of that. Why are they still hiding content, bro? That shit's so dumb. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for, you know, protecting children from like certain content on the internet, but at the same time, I feel that there is some other content that is totally fine and is getting hidden from what people were telling me. The AI system ban triggerly flag you as a kid and automatically enable that shit. They're like, nah, you a child, bro. You're banned, bro. That shit's crazy. Because, like, I mean, to be fair, I haven't been getting a lot of views anyway recently. Especially because, like, I came back, took a break. When you take breaks from content creating, it's so hard to pick back up. But recently, I have noticed more of a downward trend on my views. This month, specifically. I'll do this. I'll do one of these, bro. Whoops. Aqua was good, man. Welcome to the stream. Playing Elden Ring, good old Elden Ring, bro. We were just talking about Elden Ring yesterday. You know Wolfie VGC, bro, does Pokemon? Yeah, I know him. His audience is grown-ups who like Pokemon. Imagine all of those viewers not. Yeah, bro, that's a perfect example. I do know Wolfie. And yeah, like content creators like that play certain things or cover certain things that you could, you know, categorize as kid content, like Pokemon, but their audience are grown people, right? And then their audience can't see shit. It's so dumb, bro. It's so dumb. I gotta look more into it, but that's actually dumb, bro. The fact that they're doing that. Oh, I gotta do this event, bro. Bro, I'm tired of these woo-woo events that are like puzzles and shit. And I know some people like them, but goddamn, bro. Why they gotta be so often? I don't even know what this is about, but I know it's gonna be a puzzle, bro. Let's go. we're so cooked. Bro, especially because, like, back in the day when I used to make content on my other channel, I didn't, you know, curse or anything. I was, like, more family friendly. And now that I'm more comfortable in the woo-woo space or in the gacha space for the last few years, I've been more me, right? Like, I be cursing, I be saying shit, fuck, ass, titties. And it's like, do I gotta censor myself or just say boobies? Oh, fork, instead of just being me, just so I can get some more viewership? God damn, bro. A young man's just trying to be successful out here, bro. Wait, where the hell's this thing at? I just spawned next to it and my dumbass walks away because I have the attention span of a goldfish. Wait, it's up there, chat. All right. Here. Why is Dane all the way in the corner, bro? We talking about videos getting flagged. One of my videos randomly got flagged like a month ago and got delisted, and I don't know why. They be hating on you, Let. I could be shadow banned, maybe. Check. Bro, I curse all the time. Laugh my ass off. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I be saying, it's just normal, right? Like, I specifically click, like, you know when you make a video, Blaze, and it gives you the option to click if these videos are made for kids? I specifically click they're not made for kids on every single one of my video. How they gonna still flag my shit and like hide it? They're doing that to a bunch of people, and I'm sure a bunch of people click they're not made for kids. What is this shit? I didn't even read what I had to do. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I have to do. Oh, shit. I don't even know what I just did. I always click. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I feel that that's enough of, like, of a measure for them. And then anybody that posts content that clicks, this is made for kids, and then the content has some, like, crazy stuff that is not made for kids, those should be the one getting flagged, not us. Shit. Oh, I fucked up. Nope. Oh, I just gotta connect the dots type thing. Aqua, how's the grind been treating you in Persona? Only sponsored videos are the exceptions of bypass. Yeah, that's a crazy thing because sponsored videos are literally telling people to spend money. So if they're allowing kids to watch that, like, what the hell? Wait, how do I do this? What? I'm confused. There we go. They had me double guessing what the hell's going on here, bro. Bro, like, I know y'all like this type of content, chat, but don't y'all think it's a little ass that they continue to make events like this over and over and over again? I don't mind if they sprinkle this into like a tower defense event and then like a crazy boss fighting event where there's like every single hologram is a new boss with modifiers, and then the next event is like this, and then the next event after that is co-op, like, I don't know, tower climb, and the event after that is the little hamster wheel. But bro, let me fight some shit. Let me punch something, bro. Come on now. But does it not make sense? 2% of my audience is 15 to 18. 98% of my audience are adults. Meanwhile, I drop 1K views. Somehow 1K people don't see my vision. The quality didn't. That's what I mean, bro. 100%. 100% with that. I also think that makes no sense, bro. Especially the way that YouTube is doing it right now. Imagine if parenting actually was the responsibility of parents instead of the website or government. Imagine, bro. Just imagine. I wouldn't complain if I also had combats events every patch. Sure, give me the footprints, archetype gameplay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, give me events like this, but also give me content to try my teams on, right? To fight things. Let me challenge myself with hard content. And it's not like they don't do it, but they do more events like this, or at least it feels like they do more events like this than anything else. Yeah, and then they drop a whole hunting. What is it? A hunting like not season, but like the vibe of 2.6 is the whole hunting theme, and then this is what you get with hunting, bro. Like, what's going on here? That's crazy, bro. That's insane. Imagine YouTube restricting sponsors, and sponsors will never go to YouTube. Oh yeah, they can't restrict sponsors. That's gonna be, bro, millions and millions of dollars, if not more. If I can't get S2 Augusta, don't bother with S1. I mean, S1 Augusta ain't bad, but like, if you're gonna hyper invest into Augusta, S2 would be the stopping point for me personally. Though I think the tower defense mode is cool. It's not for me though. I'm not a big tower defense type of player. But that's just me, you know. Oh fuck. I fucked up. Boom. 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 There we go. I'm tired of it being that's what I mean. Like this is the main content. How is it called? Marks of the Wild, during a thing that is all about hunting, right? And then you don't hunt. You receive a new message from the hunter's den. Please examine the traces left by TDs and track them down. That sounds so good, right? You receive a new message from the hunter's den. Please examine the traces left by TDs and track them down. Okay, yo, that sounds lit. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go track down these TDs. Let's do it. Oh, it's a puzzle. Oh. Okay. Like, why couldn't it be like, I do this, and then I go have to fight something, right? Like a red enemy or something. Nah, bro. That's not how we do things around here, bro. It makes no sense, bro. Oh, nah, bro. It makes no sense. Hold on, I messed up already. Would you like to lower the difficulty? No. I just want to reset it. Leave me alone, man. Okay, boom. And then this goes here. This goes here. And this goes here. There we go. Like, that's such bait, bro. Go track down the TDs. And then they have me doing tic-tac-toe. Like, bro, y'all fucking with me. Right? That's what I'm saying, Blaze. Like, this makes no sense, bro. Like, I understand why some people be getting mad at things like this in WOOOO, because they do way too many events like this. And in all reality, we gotta be honest, these are kind of like low effort type of content. Aren't they all touching already? I guess not. The fuck? There we go. Callow, you're capping. What do you mean this event is heat? By the way, I seen your stream, bro. Homie was slaying out there, bro. I seen you. Would have been sick as fuck. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine if we have this little event. I don't even understand how the fuck this is a blueprint, a footprint. But let's say you do this, and after you complete it, bro, it could even be like you complete all 3, and then it gives you the location of a red, you know, the red enemies that we find in the open world. They just make one specific one for each puzzle. That's like 5 red enemies. That's not even hard. And then boom, now we're tracking them down because we're deciphering whatever the hell this is. You know what I mean? It just makes no sense, man. Let me put this here. What the fuck? Oh. But I was asked. Oh, if you were asking if it was? Oh, nah. This event is, I mean, Bro, this is all the event is. You're doing like a puzzle. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro, I seen it. It was on my feed. Damn, why is this so big? That's what she said. But yeah, I seen it, bro. This is the whole event. That's it. Like it's like the color puzzle event, but with 2 colors. Matching tiles and shit. Wait, what? Oh shit. Can I move this? I cannot. Okay, reset. We've got to... That's low-key kind of AIDS, bro. What the fuck? Okay. So clearly I gotta move this somewhere. This seems fair. Okay. Kind of tic-tac-toe jabroni. There we go. Bro, I hate puzzles. I'm ass. This is like the second one. This actually kind of... Oh, this is the third. So how many... There's... Okay, never mind. There's 7. All they had to do was give us 7 red enemies. Matter of fact, how about this? Forget the green ones, right? Forget the green ones. Just give us 3 red enemies for the 3 red little balls over here, bro. And I'm chilling. And I'll be happy. Right? Yeah, I definitely messed up on that one. I mean, that looked weird, bro. That actually caught me off guard. That was the freaking easy one? Oh, no. I'm about to get cooked, chat. I know people are going to be looking at me like, yo, move this one. They're going to start bullying me, bro. There we go. They just need to throw a Parasaur and bump its health. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just, bro, grab 3 NPCs, 3 monsters, and just make them harder for this. And that's it. We'll be happy. Why not? Puzzles is easy ass right. Yeah, but like, I don't want to play the game just to summon and not have fun with what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I messed up. I don't mind easy asteroids. I love easy asteroids just as much as the next guy. Let me have something to actually do it on, you know? There we go. Fox, sir, welcome to the stream. Dumbfounder was good. How you doing? Clasher use. Punt kicking Verena, where do I say? Yo, Clasher, this is peep the message, bro. If you had to pick one, which one would it be? Right? Punt kick Verena in real life and you win your 50-50. You're telling me you would punt kick a whole, like, 10-year-old. This man's a menace to society. He needs to be locked up. Yo, this is my drift, bro. I'm not even touching this. Look. This is my drift, bro. This is some bullshit. Ha! I got it. There we go. Yes, I would. You would punt kick. You would punt kick Verena, Crystal? What the fuck? I didn't take you for such a savage woman. I thought you were like this nice woman. Like, nah, fuck them kids, bro. I'll punt kick Verena. She made me lose my 50-50. Oh, I fumbled. I fumbled. All right, what the fuck are we doing here? Oh, there we go. There we go. No, I messed up again. I'm trash. No, I don't want to lower the difficulty, bro. I'm just trash. And I'm messing it up, bro. Oh, shit. Hold on. Okay. Nope. God damn it. Yeah, guys, my strong suit is not puzzles, okay? You don't gotta hate on my flow right now. I'm about to quit. I'll curve stomp her? Yo, that's fucking crazy, bro. That's insane. Farina just chilling in the cut. What do you say fuck me for? That's crazy. That's funny, though. I don't know which one to go for, bro. What if we go here? Oh, there we go. No, it was the next one. It was the next one. Fuck. Oh my god, it was the next one, bro. I'm telling you, the drift be fucking me up. All right, hold on. We got a big brained and easy puzzle again, chat. Hold on. This is the real Wuwa endgame, okay? I just gotta bear with me. There we go. See, I knew I had it, bro. I knew it. God damn. Oh, that wasn't even the hardest one? Oh, it was. Oh, it unlocks in 6 hours. 6 hours. The fuck time is it, bro? Yo, look at this wallpaper, chat. Tell me what y'all think about this wallpaper. Hold on, let me make sure. Watch this wallpaper, bro. I'm getting cooked in the end game. Yeah, bro, this is the end game. You know what's crazy? I actually have a video coming out that I've recorded regarding the tower defense mode being the actual end game of Wuthering Waves, bro. Like, the tower defense mode is harder than any other game end game in Wuwa. Like, if you're doing that endless wave thing where you can go up to 99 waves, that is actually harder than like anything else in Wuwa right now. It is crazy. Give me the image, bro. The people be posting in my what's it called? Fan art tab in my Discord. I post in there sometimes as well. That's where I got that image from a while back. Yo, Zeno, what's good? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Zania, what up? You're chatting with Zeno about the plans? That's crazy. While I'm on stream? Blasphemous behavior, bro. All right, let's go do some echoes, cause I got how many videos I'm reacting to today? They're like 8. Oh my god. I got it, bro. I gotta do content. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do the content right now, bro. I don't want to have to go stand in the street corner or sell a goddamn kidney. I saw your Augusta laying on the side. Hey, bro, tell me that Augusta doesn't look good, bro. That Augusta looks hella good. Bro, I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, we're using that. Oh wait, is that where I'm not able? Oh yeah, no, I can go there. Let's see. Give me some food. Give me some food and we'll do some echo hunting. Yo, what's Galbrina's echo set? What was people talking about? The Carosaur, the fucking Barney dinosaur? I think it was the dinosaur, bro. What? This shit? Or is it gonna be a new echo? I'm confused right now. You and Zaniel plotting my downfall? I will hunt y'all down and become y'all stepdaddy, bro. Don't tempt me, bro. Next thing you know, your mom's gonna tell you, honey, I'm going out to dinner with a new friend I made. You don't want that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Can you just see my Kiyuan thumbnail? The girls in my community were cooming for that pic. Let me peep. Oh my god, the drift, bro, the drift. Oh yeah, shirtless Kiyuan. Bro, I'm telling you, the pictures they've posted of Brandt, Kiyuan, Calcharo, and what's the other dude? I know there's another dude. Oh, Zhang Liao on my Discord. Them motherfuckers half booty bone naked all the time, bro. Not there, because I don't allow that in the Discord, but all them shirtless pictures of the dudes, yeah, they stay getting posted in the fan art tabs. Arsenosa? Galbrina's supposed to... Oh, she's supposed to have a new Echo set coming. Okay, I guess we're not farming fucking Galbrina. I guess we're farming, just regular Augusta Echoes, I suppose. So who the fuck is using Law of Harmony? I don't know. Let's go farm this. YOOOO for DPS? Oh. True. True. Bro, let me click the other side, god damn it. There we go. Fucking crazy. K-pop, the electro. Bro, I stay calling that dude the NPC, bro. That dude was a whole NPC. What's the PvP called we play? Is it Iron... I don't remember. I do not remember. That's a good question. You farmed the dinosaur for Galbrina? So you do farm the dinosaur for Galbrina? You sure? 2-piece Lupa set and 3-piece of the new set. Okay. Or I'll go kill the dinosaur in a second. Let me just... Bro, I swear to God, it has to be something that's, like, specific to my account or some shit. Because every time I ask y'all if y'all have the same issue, nobody says yes, bro. So it has to be just me. I be farming echoes. I kill the echo I'm fucking hunting, and then it just disappears. They be hating on me, bro. Harmony's Kiwan said the forecast echo permanence from Rico that gives arrow damage plus heavy attack. You know skills with liberation, so the heavy attacks for Kiwan. Oh, yeah, I gotta do some farming, bro. And on top of that, bro, I haven't been running tacit fields for like a whole month. So I have like no materials whatsoever. Oh, you are experiencing that same issue? Clasher, okay, so yeah, they're just hating on a few of us. Just a few of us are getting dogged. Yo, why we have some random side quests over here? What the fuck? What is this? What do we got here?
Stay behind me.
Lady, you got something to say?
Drift away.
Skip. You also have that issue? Okay, so they gotta fix that shit. I've been having that, bro. I've been having that same exact issue for like, not even exaggerating, bro. Who do I gotta talk to here? Probably for like 3 months. Who do I gotta talk to? To this little shit?
Hello there.
Hello? Am I done? Oh, nah.
Stay behind me.
Wait, what? I don't know, bro. I don't got time for them kids. Let's go. Unskippable side. Oh, never mind. We can skip in WOOOO. Yes, sir. One of the videos that I have today is actually about Genshin and stuff. It's a reaction to a Glaive video. Oh, hell no. Why do I have side quests everywhere, bro? I just don't be doing my side quests, I guess. My CC is a tourist. He's a casual. There we go. Key1 is gonna be a Lupa, but I don't know how much damage he does. Hey, bro. All we gotta do is wait like a week or 2, I think. And then we get to see everybody yapping about him from the testers and everything. Bro, I still think they should make the testers be officially hired by Kuro and allow those testers to stream the gameplay, bro. So they can get feedback from a lot of people, because a lot of people be able to notice things. But nah, let's not do that. I don't know why. Yo, why do I keep talking to this dude? Hold on. Yeah, sure. Let me taste octopus clams. That was kind of nasty. We're going to get official gameplay in a few days like YOOOO and Augusta. Oh, that's hype. That's hype. All right, buddy boy. I think I got to talk to this dude. Because of what happened on the... what happened in the 2.6 test. I think they should let that average Joe show to us once again the characters full kits like they did with YOOOO and Augusta. I'm sure they're gonna do that for sure. They're gonna show us the kits of I think they're gonna go forward doing that. But like, you know how a lot of people been complaining about like Augusta and her extremely limited synergy per se with YOOOO, and how some people were talking about people didn't test Whimpering Waste enough because of Augusta's mechanic. I feel that if they allow the testers, the selected few testers, to stream the gameplay, the community would have a bigger understanding of the characters before they drop. So much bugs on Augusta, so much bugs on Augusta. What you talking about?
Honor cannot be
I think the only thing that's weird with Augusta is her synergy with Whimpering Waste. I think it's too weird that they made it so some waves can spawn if they're the same numbered, but if they're different numbered, they can't spawn. They should have just made it so everything spawned in Whimpering Waste. That's it, personally. The problem is that even if leakers leak it, there's no way for randoms to send feedback. But if Kuro themselves allows the beta test to be streamed, right? People could set feedback to them from what they see in the test servers, right? From what these people say from the test server information, and they would have a lot more feedback from people than just the selected few that get to test the characters. But that's just my take. You know what I mean? I like what they do. You like what they do with the 3 echo sets? What do you mean? You like 3 echo sets? Oh my god, this thing just disappeared on me again. Well, I hate going to the vault, bro. I'm gonna get like 3 of this and then dip. Loki, I think it ruins a surprise in a way. Some people want to know nothing about the characters before they release.
honor cannot
See, the thing is, if people want to know nothing about the characters before they release, all they gotta do is not watch people that post those things. Like if you see a video titled, I don't know, let's say YOOOO is gonna come out and they title it "Everything You Need to Know About YOOOO," don't watch it. You know what I mean? YOOOO's full kit revealed, or Galbrina's full kit revealed, don't watch it. That's it. It's that simple.
stay behind me. Roars of
Oh shit. Oh no, they gotta make it easier to, oh my god, my drift. They gotta make it easier to see things in here, because this thing's annoying. Like little lights that lead you to the echo if you're tracking them or something, because sometimes they be in these underground areas, and oh my god, bro. I'm gonna make a video soon about the Nightmare Echo Nest and how good they are. Hey, you should, bro. That's a hot topic. A lot of people have mixed feelings. Can I get the fucking echo? They have mixed feelings regarding the Nightmare Echoes, for real. Yeah, farming the vault is absolute dog shit. They should definitely have a little light that guides you to where you are. Like, I be playing Destiny Rising nowadays, and I could track something from halfway across the map, and it literally has a little, like, very, very faint light that guides you to it. I mean, I think it works fine. Bro, this data bank echo farming bug, I feel that is doo-doo, and nobody talks about it because they don't be no-lifing echo farms. They don't even care. Some people didn't even know you can farm some Nightmare Echoes without using the Nightmare field. Oh, hell no. Let me out of here. What? Where the hell am I going? Some people complain about the Nets don't even pull the units and collect the echoes. Yeah, I mean, I like to farm the echoes regardless. Like, for example, I'm not really building Furlova too much right now. And I'll still stop by the Nightmare Echoes just to have them. Nah, they are good. You get your tuners for the normal sets you want, but you can always farm all the nests in the overworld for all the Sonata sets daily. That's way more echoes. Yeah, I mean, the way I see it is, I understand some people want to get mad that they can't build their Augusta like day one. Yo, is this a freaking thing that I've just never done? Oh shit. I get it, bro, but at the same time, it's like, you can still farm it out in about a week or so, right? Like, it's not that big of a deal. And not only that, is like I was telling people, why is this thing not open yet? Aura farmer, yes sir. It's like I was telling people, right? If you go to the data bank, right, and you go, and of course it's still a drag, but if you go to Crown of Valor, for example, if we're talking about Augusta, you can literally farm the 4 costs for Augusta in the open world, right? You can farm the 3 costs for Augusta in the open world, and you can farm the 1 cost. So you can farm the whole 3-piece set in the open world. Sure, you get all of these from the nightmare field, but you can farm these 3 in the open world as much as you want. Once you kill them all, you go farm with a friend, or you hop into a random fucking world and you steal their echoes. You know what I mean? Most people, they didn't pull Augusta, so they don't really care. But some people don't do this. They don't want to go and farm these open world echoes, and they think their only way of getting nightmare echoes comes from the fucking nightmare thing. And like, for example, I personally don't care too much about not being able to build it day one. I'm sure you could take your time, because even getting mid-max rolls is not a thing you'll do in day one. You cannot build guide day one, but you're getting a lot of things for a lot of characters. It's a positive. Yeah, no, I get it. That's the thing. A lot of people want to definitely get their characters built day one, and I really don't think that's, like, I don't think that's an issue. Right? Like, getting your characters built day one. People just gotta relax with that, bro. And then they build their characters day one with some mid builds, and then they're mad they can't clear content. Yo, chat, why can't I open this chest? The fuck going on?
Stay behind me.
Oh, never mind. I know what's going on. Oh shit, hold on. How do I do the thing? Utilities. No. No. Is it this thing? I think it's that thing. It's not that thing. What the fuck do I gotta do? I don't remember. Turn off the camera? I thought that's how I turned it off. Oh, I'm tripping. I haven't done this. I could have sworn it was this thing.
Call it precision.
My CC is a tourist. He doesn't play the game. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Function. Skill issue, chat. Skill issue. Utilities. Is it this shit? This weird fingernail looking thing? Nope, it's not that. I give up. Shoot the lights. Turn off in order. I only see one. What order? Oh, I see another one. Okay, never mind. I see the other one. I guess I'm a blind fuck, chat. Alright, let's do this again. Where'd it go? Aha! Give me my chest.
Stay behind me. A hunt is a
I need them 10 asteroids, chat. Ooh, the bears. Definitely need the bears. I am new to this game. I find it difficult to build echo stats for my characters. Can you please give me some pointers? You find it difficult to build echoes for your characters? One, join my Discord. We can help you out with your builds over there whenever you have some time. The second thing I can tell you is don't hyper focus on one character. Try to get some decent builds going. Like, you don't have to mid-max one character, because that's just going to hold you back. So just try to get one character, get at least 2 to 3 good stats, and then move on to the next one. Once your team is decent and it can clear content, then you start mid-maxing. A lot of people like to stick to one character and hyper focus until that one character is great. You shouldn't do that if you're a new player. If you're a new player, get your characters good enough to clear content, even if it's just 2 optimized stats, and then move on from there. And once you have a team, then you go on to the next part. At least that's what I think. Some people disagree and they say you should hyper focus on one character. I don't think that's what you should do if you're a new player, because it's just going to hold you back. Yeah, oh, that's another one. Some supports don't need proper builds. Like, you don't need to have, like, a moonlit character be super specialized, bro. You don't need to do all that. A moonlit character could run, like, mid-echoes as long as you got enough ER on them to do what you need to do. You feel me? That was a good one. You are forced to farm a different echo set, but guess what? You need a different set. 2 pieces of that set for the 3 pieces in that set. Inherently, it's helping you finish your build. You're not all thinking. No, I 100% agree with you, Blaze. Like, I thought it was going to be a problem because I barely farmed Augusta's, or not Augusta's, Frolova's echoes. So here was my understanding from the way people made it seem. Yo, this dude, he wants to die. So basically, the way that people had made it seem when people were farming for Frolova, because I only farmed her Nightmare Echoes like 3 times, and then I got everything I needed from them to have like a decent build. So my understanding was that you couldn't farm the echoes in the overworld. Like, you can only get the Nightmare Echoes from the Nightmare thing, or like the echoes for the set from there. So I was like, oh, this is kind of doo-doo. It's gonna take me a while. Then next thing I knew, day 1, I'm like, hold on, I can farm these things in the open world? They're like, yeah. Oh, that's not bad. And then I just be farming in the open world, but people don't even count that as part of the set or what you gotta do for it. What the fuck? There we go. Don't be a John. Yeah, bro, don't be a John. Homie's been building Shang-Li since she came out, even though she's S6 and already clears everything. He's been farming Cardathea since she came out, and she's S6. She also clears everything. The issue for them is that you cannot farm as much as you wanted. I get that, but the more Nightmare Nests there are, the more Nightmare Echoes you're getting. More than if you spam one single TF. Nah, agreed. And not only that, bro. 1, they're not using stamina for it, right? And on top of that, you can still farm it in the open world, right? So it's like, no, you now have a source of getting echoes that just gives you a bunch of free echoes every day. But you don't have to spend stamina for it. Holy shit, I just died. I didn't die. Never mind, yes I did. How are you out of tuner? Genuine question, not flaming, bro. If they're talking about John, bro, this man John be using all his tuners on the same echoes, bro. Like, crazy. Trying to mid-max way too much. Not to mention you get a lot of echoes from Nightmare Nest for free, and then batch merch trash once you get. Yup. I'm telling you, at first, when I didn't know better, I was like on board with everybody. I was like, nah, they're right. They're definitely right. This Nightmare Echo shit is trash. What do you mean I can only farm my new set from a thing that I can only get 36 a day? So like, I legit thought that was trash. But then I found out you can farm it in the open world, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Why are people complaining? I'm confused. Like, I don't get it, you know? If I look at my... How do I get out of this shit? If I get out here, do I die? See, like, this wouldn't even be half bad if I can just free roam in here, I guess. I'll get lost in here, though. Wow, we were talking about mid-maxing echoes. Someone asked the question that they're a new player. What should they do to, you know, build their characters? And I was like, yo, don't spend all your currency on one character. If you're new, you want to build your echoes. Where's the likes? You guys ain't liking the stream. That's crazy. When y'all pull a Ling Yang, don't blame it on me. It's because y'all don't like the stream, bro. I'm just saying. Let me get off the fucking train, please. Let me out. Yeah, there we go. I made the video about the tuners and echoes being a problem. Same made a video talking about it not being a problem. I talked to Saint in DMs. Now I have tons of echoes and tuners. Stop 10, 15 banging. Yeah, see, the thing is, I feel that making guides once again for like new players is still important, because like a lot of people don't be looking at guides made like 6 months ago, right? And a lot of people still have genuine questions, but when they look in the algorithm, they see a 6-month-old video that might not apply nowadays. The same things kind of apply, but not all of them. Fuck. They're hating on me, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, though. I'd be wasting hella tuners, because I always, like... Let's say I get an echo that is plus 15 that I found, or not plus 15, that is working good, and then I take it all the way to 20, and it's looking beautiful, and then the 25th row breaks it. Instead of dismantling it in my inventory, I always just feed it into another echo, which is not something you should do if you're really trying to min-max your currency and save. Hey, yo, they're hoeing the bear, bro. The bear's trying to hurt him. This is some gang activity right here, chat. Look at that, bro. The bear can't hurt them. Oh, no, I'm gonna help the bear. I'm gonna help the bear. Hold on, hold on. There we go. I helped the bear. I'm afraid if I do an attack, I'll kill the bear, though. Woo.
Stay behind me.
I tried. I tried to help. He died. There are Ling Yang mains. There are some Ling Yang mains out there, bro. You can never discount the love for furries. Let's go up there. Bro, they was jumping that bear, bro. That's crazy. Homie was trying to hit him and he couldn't do anything. That's insane. Bro, I tried to help the bear, but he kind of just got in the way of my Augusta. That's not my fault. You know, when you get in the way of the effort, you're going to get doo-dooed on, bro. Am I done? I'm going to go farm bears, bro. Fuck them bears over here. Let's go to Renacita. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, and this might be stupid, right? This might be very unnecessary. Why do we have so much water in between regions? I wish there were boats that we could craft, right? And then there were like events in the water, like random little islands here, like a little island here, and that you could just sail to the island. I know it's stupid, right? Unnecessary even, but it would be cool, man. Oh my god, this drift is pissing me off, bro. Let's go here. Gotta farm some bears. There we go. Tipsy, good morning. How you doing today? John, Aqua's lying on me. I don't be spending all my tuners on one unit. Wow, yes you do, bro. Bro, you had your Cardathea completely build, strong as hell. Cremoni done farmed you like 3,000 tuners. You picked up your account one day, and you mid-maxed your Cardathea again, and used up all your tuners. Do I have a beer? I might get it real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna go get a beer real quick, chat. Oh my god, bro, chill. Chill. Alright, I'll just let her lag in there. Yup, I'll be back. There we go. Oh, hell no. Alright, let's farm the bears. Let's farm them bears. And then we'll react a little bit because I want to see what's going on. What I miss? I just aim for career and crit damage. If I want to be greedy and stupid, I'll aim for ER in the main desired stat, but that will take a while. Yeah. When it comes to my units I really like, I do try to mid-max a little bit. Just a little bit. But other than that, I don't try to mid-max the other units. Like, all my Moonlit units have the most crusty builds, bro. Like, they're not mid-max at all, because you don't need them to be mid-maxed. Let's go here. Oh, nope. Damn! Little freaking flower thing got smacked for no reason. I keep replacing my forecast till I get what I want. Yeah, so the way I do it is the same advice I give people nowadays. Even if you're a new player, I apply the same exact advice, bro. I get a character, I get its echoes, and then I get an echo piece. Like, if I roll the first time and the first time is a God tier piece, I'm happy. But if it's not, right, I'll usually just go for like 2 stats. And then as time goes on, and I've built several units, if I have spare time and spare resources, then I'll slowly try to mid-max a piece here and there, a piece, you know, here and there, until eventually I get my desired build. But I usually don't try to mid-max right away, unless I plan to make a video. Which I actually got to make my Augusta video. My Augusta video. I don't even know what my stats are right now on my Augusta. Because she's always just cracked. Blaze, the people you're talking to, they have like super optimized builds. That's why usually they're out of materials. But it's not like they're out of materials with really bad builds. They have really good builds, and that's why they're out of materials. Hey, yo. Yo, I saw a post on my Discord talking about Augusta has no eyes. I'm gonna ban you for saying such a thing, bro. How dare you? All she gotta do is work out a little bit, bro. And she got cake, bro. What are we talking about, bro? I can't see. Where's she at? Bro, all I'm trying to do is look at her ass. Kuro, please. Yup, I can't. There we go. I still need to roll my Lupa and Brent forecasts. I thought they were pretty decent, lad. Hey, let's go here. Ooh. Bro, I wish we had content that matched the difficulty of the tower defense mode. Bro, literally one of the homies on my Discord got the 99 achievement for tower defense. This man was at that thing for like 3 days. And then the day he actually beat it, he was at that thing like all day. All day! And we have no content like that that's actual combat driven. It wasn't me only, it was you. How dare you? You banned. Talking about Augusta has no cake. I'll help her get cake, bro. There are methods. Augusta saying she's lion-hearted is peak. I know, I thought about you, John. The only thing that I know is that, you know, you got a S6R5, bro, because she's lion-hearted, bro. That's you, so you gotta do it, man. Do I bother with the sweet pork buff? I have it on right now. Anytime I'm echo farming, I always have lemon braised pork or... Where's the other one? Right here. Sweet and sour pork. I do not farm echoes without having echo buff, ever. I don't care if it's a fucking 10% boost to my echo rates. I just don't do it. Like, why would I? The mats are there in the game for you to actively do it. Why make it harder for me and not do it? You know what I mean? Peroni with the little jelly emote. Wait, I gotta go to the other side. I ain't flying there. We teleporting. Cause I actually gotta check I gotta check all these videos. I wanna see what people are about. Yo, on top of that, I'm gonna react to one of these videos, and I have a video that I'm gonna react to, and I have another video that was sent to me yesterday, and it's regarding Genshin Impact. I'm telling you, people are gonna be mad, because I personally was genuinely surprised when I saw that video. I didn't know how the current, like, Genshin Impact animations were looking in combat, and it actually left me with my mouth open, bro. I was like, what the hell is this? It's actually insane. Where the hell is this thing, bro? And G Milla was good, and I'm not even a Genshin hater, bro. I like Genshin, but holy crap. Like, I like Genshin. I think it's cool, but Jesus.
Honor cannot be in control.
You're about to be next. Next with what? It's impressive. In some ways, you could say that, Buns. In some ways, you could say that. I was actually surprised because the person that sent me that is a Genshin player, and they were like, "Oh, I think you'd like this," and I looked at it, I was like, "Oh nah, oh nah."
Stay behind me.
Let's see.
Honor cannot
Gotta kill all the bears before they tell me to go down to the freaking tunnels, because ain't nobody trying to go to the tunnels, bro. Let's go here, bro.
Stay behind me.
Genshin hasn't changed animation for 5 years. Remember Yuma's big personalities? Nahida has the same post burst. That's crazy. That's crazy. Animation is like Genshin players getting scared about Natlan 2.0, man. Only new characters are doing real damage and past investment into the bin. Like, I don't even mind if like a 5-year character is doing more damage than a standard banner character, but or like, you know, completely out damaging it. But if we're talking about a character that just came out like 3, 4, 5 months ago and now it's getting power crept already, that's kind of scuffed. But then again, I can't speak on power creep in Genshin or Honkai or none of that because I'm not playing those games. So I don't know what's popping on that side of the world. Mismanagement on the player's behalf. Oh, you guys still talking about the echoes? Yeah, bro, pretty much. A lot of people just don't know how to manage their echoes and echo materials. I mean, personally, I think there should be a little activity like the experience and weapon experience and gold that only gives you echo materials and not echoes, just echo mats and tuners. And then you'd have the option to run that or run the tacit field that gives you echoes and materials to level up your echoes. And you could choose which one. Let's say you want to get some extra echoes, you run the tacit field. Let's say you only want to get materials, you run the other thing. But I've been saying that since the very beginning. But other than that, I don't find that if you're building characters normally, you should be running out of mats. Like, I've been able to build every character that drops, and I pull every character, and I'm still able to build it. It all goes down to echo luck at the end of the day, of course, right? But it still shouldn't be a thing where, like, you're only pulling a character every 2 patches and you're still having trouble. Like, at that point, you're just, I don't know what you're doing. Like, I don't know what you're doing at that point. Celia, what do you think about the peak husbando animations I posted on the Gacha channel? What peak husbando animations? What you talking about? Let me see. Who the fuck?
most worn is often
Let's see.
the sharpest.
Why is that shit not playing? Hey, that Flynn's looks pretty cool, though. He looks cool. I'll just watch it with y'all. Where is it? Right here. I think that's badass. But then it's basic as fuck. It's pretty cool. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I think he's badass. I mess with it. But you know what the problem is? You know what the real problem with me and Genshin Impact? The real problem for me in Genshin Impact is that when I look at this type of gameplay, right? Like, even this, I think he's buffed up or something here where he attacks cooler or something. Like, when I look at this gameplay, right? Like this right here, or this. Wait. Like this gameplay, this is just basic attacking. And I'm guessing he's throwing some skills into the mix or something. I don't know.
That commands attention.
Right? He's gonna do some fancy shit right here. Yeah, like when I look at this gameplay, and then I go out of my way to look at this gameplay.
Stay behind me.
There we go.
Invincible.
Like, it just feels like a completely different ball game, bro. I'm just basic attacking, bro. I'm just basic attacking. You know what I mean? It just feels like a completely different world. Which is kind of what I'm gonna show in the video that I will be reacting to later. I have a horrible echo tuning luck. I lost at least 1K to 2K tuners on loop. I feel you. I'm glitched. Okay, there we go. I unfortunately S6 Ling Yang, so I might have to fully build him. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Even S6 Ling Yang is trash. You know. Animation aside. Oh yeah, I read that already. Verena has more combos than 95% of the Genshin cast. That's crazy, bro. Oh, that's freaking funny. Wait, let's go back to this over here. Kirill listens but close. You just reminded me of an Ace Hood song with closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard. Ace Hood, bro. What Ace Hood song is that? I forgot.
Loading.
Fuck, what was it?
In war with time.
I don't know. You don't see the problem with that? The problem with what?
Feel my wrath. Let's do this another way.
In one strike. In control.
Ooh! Oh, hell no. You just grab my Augusta like that? You're getting cooked. How dare you grab my Augusta like that? That's insane. There we go. Yeah, it feels weightless. It's true. It does. And the thing is, we're not comparing like bro, let me just put it to you like this. There's no reason why you should be able to compare. Hold on, I'll just leave that. I'll just leave that until I'm gonna do my reaction to the video, because I don't know what the whole video is about, but I really want to see. I really want to see what the whole thing's about regarding the video. So I'm probably gonna do this. We already used our stamina. We have the weekly bosses to farm for YOOOO, and then we'll see. Let's go. What the fuck? Oh. Via gold and clear with YOOOO? What I look like, Rexlent? Talking about clear with YOOOO. I don't got that. I don't got that skill like that. The problem with Genshin animations, it was always like that. Expecting them to change it when it's already 4 years is useless in my opinion. It's not like we're expecting them to change it. It's just we're looking at the product presented before us and then giving our opinions on it. It's not like we're I mean, I don't expect shit from Genshin. I don't play it. But that's crazy. Not expecting the betterment of a product you're consuming is insane, bro. Yo, Star Resident. I was watching one of my boys play Star Residence today, bro. There was like 50 people on the screen. There was like 50 people on the screen. The Luke don't look as cool, but his animations aren't bad. I remember when I started playing the game, I got like S3 to Luke on the first day. I was salty, bro. I wanted Mona. Because she looked hot. And I never got her. I got her like years down the line. Bro, can I? Chocolate controller. Alright. Yeah, Flint, those animations, like, they looked cool, but they're still basic, bro. That's the problem. That's my problem with it, bro. Like, I don't think people should be cool with those type of things when you compare them to a game like, you know, Wuwa or its cousin game, ZZZ. Combat's just more flashy, but then again, why not? No, I did like the Luke, but you know, it's like I tell everybody, I might come off as a gooner when I say it, but when I play gacha games, specific gacha games that have characters that look like this, right? Characters that look like this, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm straight up playing for the titties, bro. Like I just want the booba and ass characters, that's it. Even though my main character in the game is still Brant, but yeah. That's why I was like, I saw Mona and I wanted Mona, and then I just never got her. So I mained the Luke for like the longest time until I got, what's his name? Child Tartaglia, and I S6'd him. So gacha games, you are here to coom. Why not play? Why play Girls Frontline 2 when I could play Brown Dust, bro? Brown Dust 2 makes Girls Frontline 2 look like a PG-13 game, bro. Not even. Bro, the difference between Girls Frontline 2 and Brown Dust 2 is like astronomical. That's like comparing like 1995 graphics to today's top of the line gaming graphics. It's actually insane. And I do play that game, but I don't play it. I just low-key, I just summon on that game for the characters and then I dip. I don't even play it other than that. But like, for example, right now I'm playing Destiny Rising, which is another gacha game. In that game, I don't play for the characters. I play for the combat and all of that. And the multiplayer content, which is pretty dope. Did you smack me? I was so down bad for Shenhe's body before. Now I look at Shenhe and I'm like, mid. Nah, I hear you, bro. That's how they make us feel with these characters. Like, you look at a character like, damn, did I just jump over the bird like that? But yeah, like, they make us look at a character and we really like it, and then they drop another one that makes us forget about the last one. It's just crazy. Brown Dust 2 is bro, Brown Dust 2 is the absolute craziest gooner game out there. Nothing comes close to Brown Dust 2. Like, bro, Brown Dust 2 is literal seconds away from being a straight up corn game. Like soft corn. Straight up. Like, not exaggerating, chat. Bro, can I delete these things? My drift's destroying me right now. How was Destiny Rising? You quit playing Destiny 2 a while ago, but it was fun while it lasted. I've been really enjoying Destiny Rising. I'm going to tell you straight up, I've been really enjoying Destiny Rising. It has everything that Destiny normally has, but more built up on it. Like, there's more dungeons, there's more quests, there's more things to do. I mean, from the last time I played Destiny, which was a long time ago, but it still has a long list of things you can do. It has clans with a clan base, like an actual base you can go to and build upon it. They already have a raid, a bunch of different types of strikes, normal story, hardcore story, a bunch of challenges, fishing, bunch of things. It's not bad. Bro, I was on a side quest getting some XP in your chat a few minutes ago. Homie was about to take the #1 spot. Dude, my whole timeline was Mona's ads. Bro, yeah, I was down bad for Mona when I first... Because when they first showed Mona, she had a little bit of a different look to her, if I'm not mistaken. I think she had, like, no stockings or something. And then she dropped and she had stockings on it. Yo, Goud Slayer, what it is. Were you able to finish the raid, God? Should you try it? It's free. It doesn't hurt to try. You might like it. If you're a Destiny player, you might enjoy the game. The problem with Genshin is the low effort they put into changing things that improve the player's experience and hand them out half-baked. Exactly. Exactly my point. Literally. That's just gacha games in general. The WOOOO animations wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be good for Genshin. It's too fast. I agree, though. It's too basic. Wait. Hold on. The WOOOO animations wouldn't be good for Genshin. It's too fast. Why not? They could just scale everything to just work that way as time progresses. Improved combat. You ever heard of No Man's Sky? That game was bricked when it came out. Look at that game now and watch a video from when that game first came out. Completely different game. They restructured the entirety of the game, the way you play it, the way you progress, the way you do everything, to make it a much better experience for their players. So when you look at basic things from like 5 years ago, and then you look at things now, if they're still similarly low effort, maybe they could improve things, you know? You can get the last boss? Ah, damn. If you're on later when I finish my stream and I eat, I'm down to help, bro. I gotta see if Crystal, Latios, and maybe Jet or Holiest are on, and we can just literally one-run that thing. Alright, I think I killed all the bears. We're gonna watch a Glaive Keo video, because y'all wanted me to react to it, and I don't know what it's about. I mean, I know it's about Genshin, but... Didn't they nerf the nun fire chick? I forgot her name. I know they nerfed the nun chick. They made her titties smaller, which is crazy. Why would they ever do such a thing? That argument is so bad. PGR is made on the same engine as Genshin Impact. What are we talking about? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it just makes no sense why combat should be slow and clunky, right? It just shouldn't. No Man's Sky is a redemption arc of... Yo, No Man's Sky was crazy. So I got that game when it released. I played it for like 2 hours. I sold it because I didn't like it. Then I got it again, like a year later. I still didn't like it too much, but I kept the game. And then I played it again like a year after that, and I was like, yo, this feels like a completely different game. Holy shit. Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was also one of those games. But Genshin costs 100 million. Yeah, and they also make 100 million every couple of months. Every few months, they're making that much money. So they should be plenty able to improve anything they want, bro. Without no problem whatsoever. But with that being said, let's go to a flat service, because I want to show y'all calculator. Let's go here. Oh, there's some echoes here. It's slow and clunky, so you get your Zhao and shit that have dashes, make a problematic gameplay, sell a solution. Yo, facts. Good old Zhao with his dodges, bro. I used to like Zhao when he came out, actually. I think I got a couple dupes on him back in my day. Hold on, let's actually go to Septimon, because I know my ass is going to start drift walking everywhere. Septimon, we'll just chill there. I went to play Stellar Blade for the plot, but the game is freaking insane. Not as good as Nier Automata, but it's up there on the top. Yeah, bro. Stellar Blade actually looks good. Like, there's a lot of gooning in that game, but we ain't gonna act like the game ain't actually looking good. All right, we gotta do a little some here. Deploy. Freaking Calcharo, bro. This ain't even fast, and it still clears Genshin animations, bro, which is the crazy part of it. It's insane to me, bro. It's actually insane to me. All right, let's watch this video. Let's see what we got going on here. All the Netlands characters have quality of life baked in. Oh, hell no. I don't mind characters having quality of life put into them as long as you also have the same levels of quality of life into the game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind if a character can fly if you can already fly in the game, right? But if you can't fly and then they drop a character that flies, you're there like, shit. All right, what is this? This is a crazy title. Glaive is mad smart with his freaking titles, dude. Let me close this. Let me pop this open. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Boom. This is a crazy title. And let's go into it. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to take a look at a game that is very close to what Wuthering Wave is nowadays. Now, I personally can't say I know what's going on with this game, but a lot of you wanted me to react to this video because apparently it's pretty damn good. Shout out to the homie Glaive. Glaive always knows how to get people to watch his content. With a title like this, you can't tell me you're not interesting. The title of the video is called How Genshin Impact Sells Disappointment. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was a big Genshin fan back in the day. I actually have over 100 plus videos and over probably 100 streams on one of my channels for Genshin Impact. I have a couple of characters max stooped as well in Genshin, but there is a reason I quit the game and played the superior gacha game nowadays, that is Wuthering Waves. So I want to see what Glaive has to say regarding Genshin Impact and how they sell disappointment. So let's go ahead and hop on in.
There is a strange contradiction at the heart of Genshin Impact. On one hand, it is one of the most successful games ever made. A massive, beautifully crafted open world that you can, for the most part, play entirely for free.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I love the world of Genshin. Like, the way it looks, very bright colors, a ton of stuff to explore. So if you like exploring, Genshin, it's still good. While there are things that I'm sure we're gonna get into the video that might not be the best, we can't take certain feats from Genshin, and that is the fact that their world is still pretty damn cool.
On the other hand, though, its community often seems to be in a constant state of frustration.
Oh yeah, bro, let's be honest, the Genshin community straight up feels like they're always blue-balled. It feels like they're getting cheated on. They're always grumpy and salty. Like, why, bro? Like, let me be honest. Would you guys have the need to defend something that's already great? No, because everybody knows it's great. The fact that a lot of Genshin players stay on defensive mode with their game pretty much tells you everything you need to know regarding their game. That's all I'm saying. Once again, I'm not hating on the game, but the fact that a lot of their community seems to be the most toxic individuals in the gacha space, pretty much making guerrilla warfare groups out there to attack other games and their communities, that kind of says a lot about their game.
In a cycle of high expectations and deep disappointment.
Yeah.
Or, you know, sometimes it's low expectations and they get disappointed anyway. It's a complex issue, okay? And you see...
Bro, that's crazy. Yo, we had low expectations and we still got cucked. That's insane.
This captured all the time by content creators who break down the latest developer livestream and
Hey, yo, the homie Ethan over here. What's good?
point out this strange disconnect between what the company says and what the players actually experience. It raises a fundamental question: why does this keep happening? Are these just a series of unforced errors from a developer that is out of touch, or is there something more deliberate at play? This video is an attempt to look past the day-to-day drama and to understand that question, to examine the Hoyoverse paradox, and to figure out if these constant contradictions are a flaw in their business model, or if they are the business model itself. Ooh. It has been lingering for a long time, this problem, and one we will be exploring a lot on this channel. So if you're interested in more discussions that take a critical look at the problems in the gacha space, consider liking the video and subscribing because it helps a lot. But to start, you need to understand the official story Hoyoverse tells the world. You have to first look at their public philosophy. It is built on two core ideas that, on the surface, they sound pretty good. The first is the image of the benevolent developer, a narrative Hoyoverse often projects about itself. This has
didn't one of their developers or their face of their company make a whole crying stance in front of their players, thanking them or saying sorry or something? I heard people talking about that. I don't really know much about it, but didn't they do that, talking about how they care so much about their player base and they do all of this for them?
Led to a deeply sarcastic meme within the community nowadays. Genshin does not want to make money. I mean, who said
Genshin doesn't want to make money?
that, am I right? But it's now precisely to highlight the massive gap between that official narrative and the game's actual practices. Looking at their revenue, which sailed past $4 billion way back in 2022, and last month they made like what, 50 million or something?
Bro, you know what's crazy, bro? People want to yap about these companies and defend them, and I'm not just talking about Genshin. This goes for every single gacha gaming company out there. If you're defending a gacha game company, you're stupid. You're just dumb. You were dropped as a baby. Bro, this company, with just 2 of its games, made over $50 million just from this little chart that he has here. This could be off. This could be like $10 million less or $10 million more. Point is, they made close to $50 million in just 1 month. And this was a low month. Look at this month before that. And they still be pushing out some doo-doo ass content, some doo-doo ass updates, some doo-doo ass quality of life, and then you'll still have people out here trying to defend them. Bro, they made $50 million in a low month, and people want to defend these companies. What are we doing?
Mobile alone, you can understand the blatant rage bait these devs are trying to do. But the reason this narrative probably has any legs at all is probably because Hoyoverse does some things that other companies in this space kinda rarely do. For example, think about cosmetic skins. Most live service games, and I'm not talking about the big 3 or the big 4, right? I'm talking about generally most live service games, they flood their shops with new outfits constantly. Because it's easy money. In Genshin, a new skin is a rare event. They give some away for free, and almost always.
Yo, are those Genshin skins? That shit looks like ass. Hey, that looks like doo-doo. Hey, I'm not saying WOOOO skins don't. They pretty trash too, but damn.
And almost always tie the paid ones into a story. The perception it gives is that they value the world's integrity more than a quick buck. The same goes for giving a free 5-star character. The effect is an image of a developer focused on
Ain't no way they brought up that bro. Bro, they did a whole collab for no reason. What was the point of giving Homegirl over here? Nobody uses her. Not even, bro. I ain't never seen a gacha game ever do a collab where the collab unit is trash the moment she drops. That's never happened. I understand collab units may be getting, you know, power crept a year later, but I've never seen a gacha game drop a collab where the unit is doo-doo from the moment they drop and they never get just buffed or anything. And if she got buffed, she was still trash. So like, that's actually insane. I ain't never seen anybody want to use this character.
A free 5-star character. The effect is an image of a developer focused on the art, not on squeezing every last dollar out of you.
That is straight up cap, because ain't Genshin do like didn't they do on their first ever anniversary like a whole bundle where they were giving out like not giving out, where they were selling some fucking chicken wings, Like, they were literally selling you a glider for the first anniversary, and then they had like player backlash or something, and they ended up giving it out for free. Something along those lines. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But
An image. Remember,
yeah.
this is an image. You need to hear me out here. The
Okay,
second
I'll hear you out, Glaive. I got you, bro.
image of their philosophy is the no excessive anxiety doctrine. This one comes directly from the source. In an interview with GameSpot in 2022, the developers were asked about adding more difficult endgame content. Their response was that they were hesitant because it might cause excessive anxiety for the players. Well,
It might cause excessive anxiety for the players to add harder endgame content. Ain't people talking about how some of the latest content in Genshin is pretty much tailor-made for the newest characters, and how some of the newer characters are power creeping the older characters? I think that creates more excessive anxiety when the characters you pulled are getting power crept consistently. And that just goes for every gacha game. I'm just
for
saying.
the players. Well, essentially, they're saying they're actively protecting the casual majority from stress. They would rather add something relaxing, like the in-game card game that nobody plays.
I guess Mondstadt's economy is powered by hopes and dreams. And also, the card game. Look, Timmy, I know your dad's dead and all, but do you want to play Gwent?
Then something that
He just did Timmy mad wrong in that little clip.
makes people feel pressured. They position themselves as guardians of low-stress experience. These two ideas work together to form a carefully constructed image of a developer that seems unusually generous and deeply concerned with its players' well-being. This official framework, however, was tested early and dramatically. That first major test happened in September 2021, the game's first anniversary. Expectations were incredibly high.
Yes.
This is partly because players of YOOOO's older title, Honkai Impact 3rd, were kinda used to generous anniversary
That's a crazy anniversary patch from all of these things I'm seeing here.
events. The community was expecting a real celebration. What they got instead was work. They got a job, which is probably a gift for most people nowadays, but what if you don't win? You just don't get paid. Instead of substantial in-game gifts, the celebration was a series of community contests for cosplays and fan art.
What the hell was even that? Oh, nah.
Cosplays and fan
no.
art, alongside web events with lottery-based prizes. Your reward for a year of loyalty was a chance to win something. You
That's
were being
wild.
given a gift. You were being asked to create more marketing material for free. The community's reaction was swift and massive. A coordinated review bombing campaign on the Google Play Store crashed the
Yeah, I remember that happened, bro. People were so mad. And this was one of the first games that I had really seen such huge backlash from the community right away. And then they replied and barely fixed it. Like, barely did anything. And the people were like, oh, okay, it's fine. Whoop.
on the Google Play Store crashed the game's rating from a healthy 4.5 stars to below 2.0 in hours. Official Genshin Discord channels were flooded with hate and criticism that they restricted and put it on slow mode, and it's flooded with Chi-Chi emoji to show how fed up everyone was. And then it got weird. The protest famously spilled over to unrelated apps. People were leaving 1-star reviews on Google Classroom and Clash of Clans or other games like that with comments complaining about Genshin's anniversary. It was a digital riot. It was so bad that it set up a new culture for the gacha space. Every time a bad anniversary is being announced, Google Classroom will get review bombed for some reason. And this was never about players just wanting free stuff. It was a fundamental rejection of the relationship Hoyoverse was offering. Players felt they had proven their loyalty and support, but in return, were being treated like a marketing demographic to be engaged, not like partners who had helped build this success. The anniversary showed the community had a line. And when it comes to the game's core content, the characters, the developers' responses have shown an even more fascinating and calculated evolution. To see this evolution, you only need to look at two specific moments: the story of Zhongli and the story of Dea. Both were highly anticipated characters, central to their nation's stories, and released in a severely underpowered state.
Yo, you know what's crazy regarding this topic? I remember when Zhongli dropped, I had this dude and I duped him up a little bit. And all I knew was that there was a gigantic community like uproar regarding the dude where I'm pretty sure they buffed him. I could be wrong, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure they buffed him. And then years later, I had already quit Genshin, And like I said, I'm not a Genshin hater, bro. In all reality, I'm always looking for other games to play that I enjoyed. So I was like, hey, maybe I'll go back to Genshin and I'll enjoy it again like I did when it first released, and I was addicted to it. And the one character that made me want to go back to play Genshin was Daya. I love dark-skinned characters. Dark-skinned characters are the one reason why I'll play any gacha game. It don't matter if the gacha game is something I know about or it even looks good. If you show me a dark-skinned character, I'll hop into the game. It's that simple. I was going to hop back in for Daya. A few days after she dropped, I wouldn't stop seeing videos saying how she was the worst unit in the game and she was downright trash. She was horrible, yada, yada, yada. And that shit just piqued my interest in going back into the game. The fact that this character that looked this good was getting doo-dooed on, bro. It broke my soul, man.
Severely underpowered states. How HoYoverse handled them tells you everything about how their strategy has changed. First, Zhongli in version 1.1. As the Geo Archon, the hype was enormous, but on release, his abilities were flawed. He did almost no damage. Like, he kicks his spear as a basic attack and it does no damage. He summons a meteor from the sky, and it's kind of mid. He was often worse than some widely available 4-star characters. But now looking back at the game, I guess nobody can beat our god Xiangling, right? The community's reaction went far beyond disappointment though at that time.
Genshin's best character, Bennett.
Escalating into massive unified outrage and accusations of false advertising. HoYoverse's first response was to basically say, "You're just using him wrong. This only made things worse." Faced with a potential revolt, they did a complete 180 and announced a massive post-release buff that transformed Zhongli into one of the most powerful characters in the game. This set a precedent, an unwritten rule. The community learned that if the backlash was big enough, they could force a developer to fix a character after the release. And now fast forward to over 2 years to Daya in version 3.5. She was arguably in a much worse state than Zhongli.
Yep.
Her kit was a mess of bugs and abilities that worked against each other. Her damage was so low that using her was often a net loss. The community reacted just as loudly, and this time compiling exhaustive documents and videos cataloging every flaw, fully
Bro, I'm telling y'all, the Genshin community turned into FBI agents whenever you mess with their game, bro.
expecting the Zhongli president to apply. They made their case,
Yo, hold up. I've seen something interesting.
cataloging every flaw, fully expecting the Zhongli president
Ooh, I mess with it. I'd hit.
to apply. They made their case and waited for the fix. But HoYoverse's response this
Bro, like, she looks so good. How you gonna drop a character like this and do them dirty, bro? This shit hurts my soul. She looks so good.
time, complete and total silence. In a way, I think this is a strategic pivot. The Zhongli buff came when the game was young and HoYoverse was vulnerable. The Daya decision came from a position of immense market dominance.
Yep, I often say this about big companies, right? I always compare things like this to Rockstar games. I remember that at one point, and this was a while back, and I'm gonna just tell you this. So, I used to cover Red Dead Redemption in one of my channels, and I remember they weren't dropping any content after a lot of promises to their player base, and they weren't doing anything. And I remember the entire Red Dead Rockstar community, the same folks that make GTA, got together and they made a clown movement where all the online players of Red Dead Online were dressing up as clowns, right? Clown outfits, the whole clown thing. I think you would have masks that would make you look like a clown. The whole thing. Literal gaming outlets, gaming journalists and everything started making content talking about these issues and how the community was up at arms because of Rockstar's lack of care for Red Dead Online. What do y'all think Rockstar did? I'm gonna let you guess. Let me know in the comments what you think Rockstar did. I'll wait. It was actually insane. What Rockstar actually went and did the very next week after everybody did the clown movement, they made all the clown items from the game discounted. They dropped the price on all the clown items so more people could go out and dress as a clown, because they gave no shits about the community being upset, bro. Tell me how that's not a slap to the face to their player base. And I feel that games like that and companies, when they get to a certain degree, they don't care about their player base. because they know they're still going to give them their money. And it's the same with Genshin. And Glaive just put it perfectly. When Zhongli came out, everybody was like, yo, brand new game. They're not treating us good. I think Zhongli was like one of the first like 3-4 characters to drop. I don't remember, but he was relatively one of the first characters to drop. So they're like, yo, we got to make sure that people know that we all about them. We care for them, blah, 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 blah. Later down the line, they're established. They're arguably the biggest gacha gaming company out there. Bigger than any other company if you add up the money that all their gacha games make, right? They don't got to listen to their player base at this point. Because in all reality, bro, in all reality, we're at a point where people will continue to give them money no matter what. It just is what it is. That's why they probably didn't care about Deya being doo-doo, and they just moved along and released their next character, bro. That's just crazy.
They intentionally broke the precedent they had set years earlier and sending a clear message. The era of community-forced character buffs was over.
Yep.
This shift points to the deeper systemic reality that governs the game, the economic engine working behind the curtain. So let's talk about that engine. You have to understand the gacha system itself. It functions less like a simple slot machine and more like a finely tuned financial instrument, likely designed with input from teams of psychologists and economists. Its job is to convert desire into spending. It starts with the odds, a tiny 0.6 base probability for a 5-star. To counter this, the game has a pity system, but the real psychological hook is the 50-50. When you finally hit pity, you only have a 50% chance of getting the character on the banner. This near miss is a powerful motivator to keep spending. According to an estimate someone made, securing a guarantee can cost as much as $365 for one character.
That's
and then there's a
crazy.
weapon banner, which the community often calls a scam or a whale trap. For a long time, it had no ultimate guarantee system at all. Their fix was a system requiring up to a staggering 240 wishes.
Y'all remember back in the day, Tectone crashing out, the famous, was it Staff of Homa incident? Something like that? I remember about that, and not long after that, they kind of changed the weapon banner, if I'm not mistaken.
To guarantee a weapon. It is a tool to make spending more predictable for the highest spenders, not a feature for the average player. This is all wrapped in deceptive marketing. On the Google Play Store, you won't find words like gacha, gambling, or loot box, making it a minefield for parents and younger players, especially with the ease of one-click purchasing. The monetization also goes deeper. The game has known to be selling solutions to problems it creates by monetizing core gameplay mechanics. It is about pulling for essential quality of life features. The
That's
cleanest
insane.
example is exploration. Core abilities like grappling or improved wall climbing are now locked exclusively to limited time.
That is actually outrageous, the fact that they go about doing things like this. And then when we get characters like Cantarella in Withering Waves that has a little bit faster swimming, some bumbaclots want to come out here saying, yo, they're power creeping. They're doing the same thing as Genshin. First off, nobody swims in freaking Withering Waves. Second off, we have flight that everybody has access to. So the quality of life that some characters might improve is barely noticeable and not something that even really matters. Phoebe, for example, she can glide when you hold her heavy attack. Oh, wow, she can glide. A quality of life improvement. We can all fly around the game. What does it matter if Phoebe has a little bit of a glide to it? But the fact that you have characters like this that can just move faster around the game, or he said grapple or other things like that, is wild to me.
5-star characters. These characters only appear on banners that rerun every 6 to 7 months, manufacturing a powerful sense of urgency, the fear of missing out. And the most cynical part, these expensive abilities are often region locked. You might pay hundreds of dollars for a character with a cool traversal skill, only to find it works at full power in one specific region. It essentially turns a permanent character into a temporary rental for the new content.
That is wild. I didn't know they did things like that, bro.
And finally, there's the illusion of balance, managed through power creep. There is horizontal progression, which means getting new characters that do different things, and vertical progression, which is getting new characters that are simply stronger. In the past, Genshin focused on horizontal progression. Kazuha, for example, didn't make Venti useless, but that has been changing, especially since the release of the Dendro element, which raised the power ceiling. They managed this creep carefully so your old characters don't feel useless over overnight. This avoids financial anxiety for players, which in turn protects their long-term revenue stream. This complex engine is protected by that benevolent philosophy, but it also protected by a segment of the community that defends these practices. This is where the dynamic gets really interesting, because you see a cycle play out time and time again. It usually starts with a developer livestream. A recent example was a presentation where the host proudly said, compared to last year, the rewards and optimizations this year are hitting way harder, like this masterless Stella Fortuna. Wow!
Yo, isn't that thing? Isn't like,
Masterless.
correct me guys if I'm wrong, isn't this thing that whole thing that caused a huge issue where they said that pretty much once you mass dupe a character, you have a max dupe, you're going to be able to get more levels if you get more dupes of the character? That is, bro, that is actually insane. Racing the level cap on a game, on a gacha game, is something that's pretty common nowadays. But the fact that they lock it behind max dupes is absolutely insane, bro. Like, if this was a multiplayer game, that shit would instantly kill the game. But no, it's a single player, which is the thing a lot of people will use. But it's still absolutely insane to me, bro. 3 dupes after C6 to get 100. Bro, 3 dupes is actually insane, bro. That's actually crazy.
Like this masterless Stella Fortuna. Wow! In practice, hitting way harder meant getting duplicates for characters many considered B tier, and a new level cap system with punishing math. You can now level characters past 90, but only if you already had them at C.
Yup, bro, that's so crazy to me. Look, if WOOOO did this shit, I'll fry them. Like, I'll cook them for this. This is such a stupid thing to do, bro. This is like the perfect opportunity for me, like for these companies to actually compensate or fix certain older units and allow them to be stronger so then they can push forward into newer content, right? But instead, they make it so the whales are now stronger. And this is coming from someone that has multiple units max stooped in a game like Withering Waves, or max stooped them back in the day in Genshin. This is never a good thing to do, bro. Like, I don't know who out there came up with this, but that's actually insane.
6. And even then, you needed 3 more duplicates of that maxed out character to do it. The community's reaction to this being presented as a gift was negative, with many criticizing the host for, as they put it, acting like Weasley little liars, dude. It felt dishonest. But then, the second part of the cycle begins. As criticism mounts, a predictable set of arguments emerges from parts of the community that defend the developer. There is always the classic, "It's a free game, you are not entitled."
Bro, that's so dumb.
This ignores the reality of a business model that generates billions. The game is free the same way a casino floor is free to walk on. And then comes, if you don't like it, just quit. This dismisses the criticism.
Bro, anybody, like, it all comes down to the way you deliver your message, right? At least for me, it really comes down to the way you deliver your message. And I've always said, entitled fucks are annoying, right? Like, I don't like people that are entitled. But I feel that constructive criticism, and if you're passionate about something, you've been playing the game, you could be a content creator, someone that just loves to play, yap, and interact with the community in multiple streams and social media, you're still part of what's helping the game grow. So when you point out certain things that are, you know, flawed, that are cooked, that are not good, you shouldn't use "it's a free game" or "just quit" as solid reasoning. That shit just shows that you're used to getting cucked. You probably get pegged by your girl, which I'm not judging you for that, but that's still some soft shit, bro. Like, you really got to go out here and analyze what these companies are doing. And if they're doing some bullshit, if they're doing some sketchy shit, call them out for it. Call them out. Not on everything, but come on, bro. This particular issue sounds absolutely insane, bro. Locking character level ups behind a max duped character that a probably 0.1% of the community will ever get seems scummy as hell. That's pretty damn rough, if you ask me.
That often comes from the most invested players, the ones who want the game to improve. And finally, the ultimate shield. It is a gacha game. It is always a gacha game. Of course they're gonna make money. Of course they're gonna be predatory. This argument is used to excuse any and all problems and normalize mediocrity. It is like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet and being served stale bread and then accepting it, glorping it, because that's just what this particular buffet serves. It is a mindset that allows developers to do the bare minimum and get away with it. The counter
Bro, and that's why a lot of these gacha games don't progress. Like, it genuinely baffles me how people say they care about the game, but when people want to point out things that are not done right, and they want to point out things that should be improved, the same people that say they care about the game come out and attack these people. So if you care about the game, why aren't you advocating for the improvement and betterment of the game? Now, I understand if people out there are saying, yo, Genshin is a piece of shit, it's trash, this game sucks, I hope Kuro die or Hoyo dies. I understand the fans of the game going at them. But when it's logical what they're saying, if they're calling out this predatory mechanic or that thing that wasn't well implemented, the people that say they care about the game should be the first ones in line to support said takes and, you know, push the game to be better.
argument, of course, is the call for players to be active fans, to demand better from a multi-billion-dollar company instead of passively accepting whatever
Exactly what I'm saying, bro.
table scraps they're given. This frames criticism as engagement from a community that knows what the game is capable of, and so this cycle continues. Which brings us to the central question: what does this all mean at the end? When you put all the pieces together, the Hoyoverse paradox isn't a sign of incompetence or hypocrisy. It is the business model. Hoyoverse has become a master of operating two completely different versions of Genshin Impact at the same time, within the same product. The first version is the game, the beautiful, content-rich, accessible open-world RPG that you can download and play for hundreds of hours without spending a single dollar. It is the version filled with art, incredible music, and exploration. This is the product they advertise. But version 2 is the engine, the ruthless, psychologically tuned monetization system running just beneath the surface. The gacha, the weapon banner, the monetized quality of life features. It is a cold, calculated machine designed for maximum profit. This is the product they sell. The unprecedented success of Genshin Impact lies in their ability to keep a wall between these two tracks for the vast majority of players. All of the controversies we've discussed are simply the moments when that wall breaks. They are the predictable points of impact when the harsh reality of the engine becomes painfully visible to the players who are just trying to enjoy the game. And while this model is ruthlessly efficient, it's always important to remember that the fundamental truth of any live service game ultimately is the community. It is not the corporations that gives these worlds life. But you know, that is all from me. That is just my opinion.
Yo, shout out to Glaive. This was a really good video, bro. It didn't go down the path, and I'm sure there are gonna be people that paint it as drama, you know, attacking the game, but it's one of those things that it's genuine. Like, everything he said is straight up facts. You can't sit here and deny a lot of the things he was saying, because everything that he was pointing out, it's straight up the way it's been and probably continue to be, bro. When it comes to these gacha games, you should never be defending these gacha games, bro. Like, they make millions of dollars. Why do you feel the need to defend them? It's just absolutely insane to me. And when it comes to the quality of the game, bro, it should never be locked behind paying. And the fact that I personally think, and that's why I ended up quitting the game, I feel that Genshin Impact and Hoyo does the bare minimum for their games because people still give them money. Be it this game, ZZZ, whatever game they're going to do next, they do the bare minimum because they've built this cult-like following that will continue to give them money. It's the same type of mentality I was referring to when it comes to Rockstar Games. Bro, the developers, and tell me if I'm wrong, chat, the developers of GTA 6, Rockstar, could come out right now, the head of the company could come out and say, anybody that buys GTA 6 is a dumbass. If you buy GTA 6, you're a moron. Let them drop GTA 6 and watch how it's going to be the best-selling game of the last 10 years. Probably without question. It's the same way that companies like Hoyo act nowadays. They know that no matter what they do or don't do, you're still going to give them money. And that brings me to this little clip right here that someone sent me that they wanted me to react to. Now, I'm just going to add this into this video because we've already been reacting for about 30 minutes. So I'll just add this into what this whole thing is. They're comparing broadswords, right? All the broadswords and how the gameplay from broadswords have evolved in Genshin Impact to Augusta, the latest broadsword character, 1 year into the game's lifespan. So I really want to see with you guys and hear your opinions on this and what you guys think. Okay, pretty basic. This is a standard banner character, for those of you that don't know. Standard banner broadsword gameplay, year 1. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Why she feels like it's in slow-mo. Is this shit in slow-mo? No, it's normal. Okay, there we go. She's moving a little faster. Oh no. You got me fucked up with that type of gameplay, bro. What the you know, I'm gonna let it go. That guy looks cool though, I'm not gonna lie. Day up. Bro, did this dude make this shit in slow-mo on purpose? Like, what's happening? Okay, they do like a little combo that moves a little fast, but what the fuck's up with the beginning animations, bro? Hold on. What is happening? Oh no, you got me messed up. Why is she spinning so slowly? Oh. Hold on, bro. That was funny. Yo, she's spinning so slow, bro. That is crazy. We got a Lego sword. Why do they move so slow, bro? Oh, I know she's hella popular. Okay, let's see what she brings to the table. We have OG Augusta over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's watch Augusta now. Bro, the animations alone are on a whole nother level. Oh god, okay. That's actually insane. Bro, Withering Waves plunge attack? Hold on. Withering Waves plunge attack. Genshin Impact's plunge attack. You got me messed up, bro. That's actually insane, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's wildly insane, bro. Bro, look, it don't matter if you defend it for whatever reason. The reality of it is that if the game came out 5 years ago and your combat was looking like this, and it don't matter if you're gonna say, well, nobody uses basic attacks. It don't matter, bro. The animations are there. The developers spend time and resources making these animations. There should be no reason why your animations look like this, bro. Right? Like this? Hold on, let's look at that again. Let's look at that again. And 5 years later, they look like this, bro. Hold on. 5 years down the line, they looking like this. You can't defend that, bro. That's actually insane, bro. That's actually insane when you look at it. And the fact that people want to defend that is crazy. They're putting their time, their money into the game, and they don't care that they still have these basic ass animations for characters that are as popular as Mabuika, I think is her name. I think she's an Archon, I don't even know. But it's just insane, bro. This Augusta ain't even an Archon. She ain't even one of the strongest characters per se in the story. And the thought into the animations just goes a long way. But this was just a little rant to what the other video had to offer. But overall, let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Shout out to Glaive. Great video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Why I know, bro? Why I know that some Genshin people are gonna be mad, bro? That's actually insane, bro. Hoyo is a small indie company. They can't afford to improve. That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy, bro. Cause bro, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hadn't seen Genshin Impact. I played, bro. The last character I actively pulled on Genshin was Hu Tao. That was year 1 of Genshin Impact. So I don't know none of this. And when you look at a character that's supposed to be super popular and she plays like this, it just baffles me, bro. It shouldn't be a thing, bro. It's so basic. There's a reason why I go back and play good old Wuwa, bro. Cause I'm gonna be honest with y'all, when I look at Calculator, a standard banner character, right? Why his animation like that, bro? Right? Why is his animation like this? Like, why am I doing all of this with a standard banner character, bro? Like, what are we talking about? Let's not kid ourselves and sit out here. We're just doing basic attacks with this character, bro. These animations already look so much smoother than what their 5-year character looks down the line. It's insane, bro. It's insane to me, bro. Like, god damn. I like Genshin, bro, but I feel that at this point, Genshin is a Play-Doh version of what Wuthering Waves is, bro. Low-key. Low-key, I do think it is. Alright, let's see. Our next video you guys sent me was another interesting video. I want to see what this is all about, bro. Because goddamn, bro. It's the actual same ass shit for 5 years. Yeah, that shit's crazy. Yeah, bro, like that's not a thing, bro, because like when we go into a character in here in Wuthering Waves, just because we don't particularly use a lot of their skills doesn't mean it's not part of their kits. Like that's not a reason to have something be shitty or look shitty. You know what I mean? That's just the reality of it, bro. It should not be a thing. Just because you don't use a particular feature of a character doesn't mean the developers could go out and be lazy about it, especially when they're selling these things and making millions of dollars. Like, once again, there's no reason to defend anything outside. And I say the same thing about Wuthering Waves. I say the same thing about every other gacha game and every other game I play. If you're a company making millions of dollars, you shouldn't give your fans anything but the absolute peak in terms of content, bro. It just is what it is. All right, let's check out this next video because I want to see what this is all about. What's good, boys? So today we got another video titled The Biggest Issue About Comparisons in Gacha That People Ignore. Now, I don't know about comparisons and issues, but let's be honest. When it comes to gacha gaming and gacha players, one thing they love to do is compare absolutely everything. To this day, people from the Genshin community think that Genshin Impact invented video games. Anytime a game comes out that has gacha, Genshin Impact invented gacha. Anytime a game comes out that has anime graphics, guess what? Genshin Impact invented anime graphics. Comparison is the seed of problems when it comes to a lot of these gacha games. So I want to see what the biggest issue about comparison is all about. Shout out to Null for this video, and let's see what he has to say.
When it comes to gacha titles nowadays, comparison is pretty much inevitable.
Yep.
Every time a new game drops, people instantly put it side by side with another competitor with similar gameplay and style. Now, a lot of people will say, stop comparing, just enjoy the game for what it is. And yeah, Fair point, but in reality, comparisons happen because you feel something's missing. They see what other game nails and suddenly the other feels like it should be doing better. The problem is when comparisons turn into superiority. That's when it gets toxic. People start acting like their favorite game is the only good one, while everything else is written off as a cheap copy.
Why I know damn well this video was all about Genshin, bro. Like, I think Genshin is the only real community that does this out there. I haven't really seen many other game communities do that, and I'm not saying they don't. I'm sure there's always the little Cheeto breath, square-headed, big back weirdo out there that goes out and makes videos and does, you know, Reddit threads talking about, yo, this game is copying my favorite gacha game. But for the most part, you really only see this with the Genshin community in the big part of the whole comparison topic.
And if you've been around the gacha space, you know how wild it gets. Some players go full crusader mode. They become the full-blown keyboard warriors, ready to die on Twitter threads, Discord rants, and even comment sections. And let's be honest, a lot of that energy comes from personal investment. Some of these people literally spend their lives saving just to pump out sales numbers and flex their game as winning. And in a way, it's valid. They just want to support their developer. It's a mutual benefit for both parties. Developer get their revenue.
What was that hand so crusty and dusty, bro? They gotta put some cocoa butter in that hand. What's going on?
Benefit for both parties.
Bro, if you ever shake my hand and your shit dusty like this, I'ma slap the fuck out of you. What the hell were you touching with that dusty ass hand? What's wrong with you?
Developer get their revenue, and you got your waifu, husbandos,
That shit was nasty, Chad. I ain't even gonna lie.
or your shiny cosmetics. And if you happen to want to make
That's a disgusting picture of Yinlin, bro. That's crazy.
a purchase in game, it's a good timing because I will introduce you to our sponsor for today's video, ldshop.
Hey, get your money, dog. Actually, LD Shop reached out to me not too long ago. Let's skip his sponsor, bro. Get your money, though. Get your money, bro.
So, is comparing games or gacha games is actually bad? Sometimes. So, we should never do it then. Not really. Because here's the thing. Every game's got flaws. No matter how polished it looks on the surface, there's always going to be a crack once you...
Absolutely, bro. Like everything in life, there's always room for improvement. And if you're one of those people that thinks that something is perfect, you really got a lot of life to live, bro. Because there is nothing perfect in this world.
spend enough time with it. That's the reality. A lot of titles feels amazing at launch, shiny, fresh, everyone hype, but as the weeks roll on, they start feeling flat, the shines wear off, or the updates not met the trend standards. In the gacha space itself, that effects got amplified. As new titles keep dropping almost every single year, the market's overflowing and the genre itself has become so common that comparisons are just on their DNA. But sometimes, those comparisons spiral out of control. What starts as, hey, this game does this thing better, turn into a toxic judgment. People throw around hot takes like they're delivering a death sentence.
I just reacted to this in another video yesterday. This exact same little post. Actually, it was crazy.
An honest discussion into a boss raid that nobody asked for. Some people often act aggressive, defending their games like their life depends on it. And sure, from their point of view, it might look fine. Just let people enjoy things, right? But in reality, that mindset is a cancer that eats the game from the inside out. It doesn't just poison the community with toxicity, it drags player into a full-blown denial phase. And here's the dangerous part. When players keep nodding along to everything that's put out, no matter the quality, the bare minimum becomes the standard. Why push boundaries when people are already clapping for scraps?
That's what we were just talking about, bro. These companies drop content, and then another game comes out, and they do something better, because like everything, there's always going to be things that are better in some scenarios than in others. And then people will compare them or point it out. Perfect example. Wuthering Waves having flight and Genshin Impact not having flight. You'd figured 5 years down the line, with such a gigantic map, they'll get flying because it's something that people have been asking, right? WOOOO comes out with flying, and people point it out and compare it. Yo, the exploration in Wuthering Waves feels amazing. You don't need stamina to do this. The way you can climb up buildings is amazing. Yo, we have flight. They compare it to Genshin, And instead of the Genshin community turning around and saying, yo, you know what? They're right. Why don't we have this type of quality of life in our traveling, in our movement, in our exploration in the game? Instead of doing that, the logical thing to improve their game, they start attacking. Well, your game is trash. Your game is a cheap copy of Genshin, blah, 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 blah. And it just ends up killing the possibilities of the game improving because the developers see this and say, well, yo, they spoke for us. They don't care about that flying shit. Y'all can go play WOOOO. We don't need flying over here, and then they end up not improving the game, bro.
Long run, that just doesn't stall innovation. It conditioned the devs to believe the baseline is enough. And that's how live service games rot quietly, not from one bad patch, but from a cycle where critique dies, complacency grows, and the bar never moves higher. On the flip side, comparison isn't the enemy. In fact, if it's done right, it can be one of the best tools a community has.
If done right. I feel that in today's day and age, everybody wants to yap. Everybody feels that they have the voice of reason when it comes to their opinions, but the reality of it is that a lot of these people are keyboard warriors. They're people that sit down behind their desk, their monitors, and they yap and they argue and they try to defend these games, but in person they wouldn't be able to hold a stable conversation with anybody. They're people that feel that their way of saying things is right, and they'll argue to the death, but they have no social skills. They have no critical thinking skills. So they don't allow for the improvements of the games because they're just so hard-headed, so block-headed that they're stuck in their own ways, bro.
A healthy comparison acts like a lens. It points out what's missing, highlights what's working elsewhere, and shows developer where players' expectations are shifting. The trick is keeping it neutral. Don't twist it because a game came out first or because I dropped $500 on game B, so it has to be superior. That's not comparison, that's coping. When handled constructively, comparison turns into a battery. It charges developers up, pushes them to refine the system, and fuels the innovation. In the live service gacha environment, where long-term engagement is literally the lifeline, that kind of adaptation isn't optional, it's survival. And this is why critique, a real critique, matters. Most of the time it gets written off as negativity, but the truth is, it's the heartbeat of development. Without those feedback loops, even the uncomfortable ones, game risks going stale. People compare because they are care, and in a scene that is competitive, those comparisons are often sparks and keep a live service title evolving instead of flatlining. Take Genshin, Wuthering Waves, and Honkai Star Rail for example. There's no denying these titles are in direct competition, and comparison, that's basically breakfast for each fandom. When Genshin first dropped, there was not much to compare it to.
There was nothing you can compare Genshin Impact to. Genshin Impact, we can say anything we want to say about Genshin Impact. The reality of it is that Genshin Impact was a massive, massive step forward for gacha gaming. It pretty much brought gacha gaming to the mainstream. There's been gacha games for so long. I used to be a huge Summoner's War player. I loved Summoner's War. But it felt like gacha gaming was this obscure little corner of the gaming world, right? When Genshin came out, I had friends that had never played a gacha game. People that had never even heard of what gacha gaming was playing Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact did revolutionize gacha gaming. But that doesn't mean that because it revolutionized gacha gaming, that its shit don't stink. That we can be out here calling it when it's doing something bad and pushing it to improve. And it also doesn't mean that if a new game comes out that does something better, we gotta go back and say, well, Genshin did this first. No, bro, it's competition. They're always gonna aim to improve these type of games regardless of who did it first, bro.
Because it was the standard. As long as game hit Genshin level, people were satisfied. But after Wuthering Waves release, and suddenly the conversation shift. For players, it might just feel like another round of who's better debate. But for the developer, that noise is a market signal, one that literally decides the future player base. And I think we've seen it in action, as many Genshin players shifted to Wuthering Waves, not because Wuthering Waves is perfect, but because it delivered improvements that people had been begging for in Genshin for years. Small things, but impactful. Remember when Wuthering Waves just launched and people start to compare the details between Genshin and Wuthering Waves in terms.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I really did like Genshin Impact when it dropped, and I still think it was a great gaming opportunity for me to hop into the game and try it out. I thought it was great. I thought it was fun. It looked good. The visuals and everything looked great. Time has passed. Time has passed. And just like you can go into Withering Waves and see the 1.0 region and then see 2.0 and be like, holy crap, this is a giant improvement from, you know, graphics in 1.0. I feel that with Genshin, you look at some of the graphics from characters that, you know, first released to some of the graphic styles that they have now, and then you compare it to games like Withering Waves, upcoming games like Duet Night Abyss, and Genshin looks like Play-Doh. I'm gonna be honest, it is their graphic style. For those that like it, that's the way it looks. But this is a serious comparison. When this company is making probably triple, if not 4 times more than Kuro Games is, not just from Genshin, but from their other games. And then you look at this designs and you compare the attention to detail from one to the other, there's a lot to be said, bro.
Of character detail.
Like, look at it, bro. The Luke looks like he's made out of Play-Doh. Let's not kid ourselves. Bro, I'm not even lying to you. If I was a Genshin Impact hardcore diehard fan, you could not show me this shit and I'll be like, yes, this looks better. This looks like a Lego character, bro. I'm gonna be honest. It's cool for its style and all that, but bro, the lack of shadowing, the lack of sharpness, the lack of detail to the hair, it's actually
like
insane.
hair and stuff. A lot of Genshin player will say, different engine, you cannot compare. And yeah, true. But different engine doesn't mean no improvement allowed. And now, slowly but sure, Genshin is adapting. Look at Yelan's new skin. These improvements are not only good for the game standard, but it also needs to...
Yo, they gave her a skin that gave her more detail to her hair. That's actually hilarious, bro. They gave her better hair, like better detailed to the hair with the skin. I understand new hairstyle, but like the skin, the hair, the hair has shadows and glows that this one doesn't have. That's
also
wild,
need to
bro.
keep them stays on the highly competitive
That's
market.
crazy.
Meanwhile, Wuthering Wave had it easier because it baked in what players wanted from the start. Quality of life feature that other gacha players could only dream of suddenly became the standard. Detailed character design, quest skip button, freedom in exploration, even an extra daily stamina bar. That's not coincidence, that's competition. This proved that comparison can be a positive thing and can act as a bridge for players to know what is lacking in our game, and it will translate to our consideration, and at some point we will put it in the survey box for the game improvement. And when the developers actually pay attention, the standard will rise. The low bar gets lifted and suddenly the baseline for future content is higher. That's how you keep players not just for logging in, but sticking around. At the end of the day, the gacha market is a cutthroat arena. Player can and will jump ship the second another title feels like it respects their time more.
Yo, yes, exactly. And I just want to say this before any Genshin Impact diehard fan comes into the video and starts talking shit about me. Well, you're just a Kuro bot. I'm gonna tell you straight up. If another gacha game comes out that offers better things than Withering Waves for me, better open world, better exploration, better looking characters, better combat, better endgame, I could give 3.5 shits about Kuro and Withering Waves. I'm gonna jump ship to the next best product because I don't have FOMO. I don't have this dependency for these games. The fear of I spent so much money and I'm gonna leave it all behind. Bro, you're weird. Life moves on. If another game comes out that does what Withering Wave does, but better, I'm gonna be over there playing that and I'm gonna be like, yo, this game is better than Withering Waves. It is what it is. And it's the same thing I'm doing for Genshin, bro. Everybody has different tastes and different styles, but when it comes to quality of life, when it comes to the content that you have in the game and how the developers listen, that's universal. That shit is universal. It doesn't just apply to your game or my game.
And that's why comparison isn't just natural, it's necessary. Because without it, you'll end up in a feedback loop of bare minimum content, the classic if you don't like it, don't play it. Defense? Yeah, that's basically an open invitation for stagnation. But still though, comparison only works if it's done in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just turns into a wasted noise, time, and potential. Remember, critique fuels progress. Toxicity just burns out everyone.
Yeah, bro. At the end of the day, I feel that people don't like having just solid conversations about things that could be improved. Right now, for example, I am dissatisfied with the state of endgame in Withering Waves. I feel that our endgame content, despite having so many teams, so many characters, so many cool synergies with our characters, we don't really have a lot of different scenarios where we can test said characters out, be it our actual endgame or events during some of our patches. So I would like to see that improved, and I'd like to have conversations. If someone thinks, yo, maybe that's wrong, maybe their endgame is perfect, we can sit down and talk about it respectfully, sharing opinions. But some of these people out there don't like hearing other people's opinions, even if they're not negative, but slightly point out defects or things that need to be improved from the games they are married to. But yeah, that's going to be the video for me, guys. Thank y'all for watching. And I just want to leave you guys with one question, and I want you guys to answer it in the comment section of this video. If Genshin Impact and Withering Waves came out at the exact same time, who do you think would have done better? Let me know in the comment section below. For now, thank y'all for watching, and peace. That was a spicy meatball of a question, bro. You know somebody's gonna be like, Genshin would have done better, and then you're gonna have the WOOOO fans. Nah, WOOOO would have done better. I'm gonna be honest. I think Withering Waves would have done way better than Genshin Impact. To be fair, if they would have released at the same time in the exact same scenario, because I always there's one thing that I always think Genshin has done better than any other big gacha game since Genshin came out. No other gacha game has even come close to this chess move that Genshin Impact made. Genshin Impact dropped on mobile, on PC, and on console at the exact same time, the exact moment they went live. No other big title does that shit. Not WOOOO, not ZZZ, not any of these other ones, not Honkai. None of them have done that. So when it comes to power moves, I will always give it to Genshin in that particular regard. Switch? Motherfucking Genshin ain't drop on no Switch. What are you talking about? They dropped on console, bro, on PlayStation. That's why I put that little caveat right there. Like, if they would have released at the same time, like, let's just put a bubble, right? Let's just put a bubble, right? If they released Genshin and Withering Waves at the same time, both games working perfectly on mobile, on console, and on PC, no bugs, nothing, just the core game that released with 1.0 Genshin, 1.0 Withering Waves. Which one do you guys think would have done better? Right? Let's not add the specific little things like, oh, well, WOOOO didn't release on console, but Genshin did. Because then obviously there's going to be an edge to Genshin Impact. But if we put them all on the same exact comparison board, based on the content and core of the game, which one do y'all think would have done better? Why is Carlos on screen? I was just showing that his combat, his basic combat is better than Genshin Impact characters. And like, bro, I've actually thought about it. I've actually thought about playing Genshin again because I've been bored sometimes with WOOOO, and I do like my open world exploration type of games, but you know, Genshin would have still done better. This motherfucker didn't even hear me. Genshin would have still done better. WOOOO was bad at launch. I'm telling y'all, the same 1.0 game, bro. You know what I mean? It really goes down to personal preference in that regard. But let's be honest, you play Genshin Impact. Just telling you this, you download Genshin Impact in 1.0, right? And you start running. Right? You start running, chat. Ah, shit, I'm out of stamina. I'm still running in Withering Waves. I ain't wasting my stamina. You start playing Genshin? Shit, I can't climb this ledge. I'm stuck, step bro. You're right here, you're stuck. Step bro. You know what I'm saying? In WOOOO, blah, blah. You know what I mean? let's be honest. Let's be honest. When it comes to exploration and quality of life movements, we gotta keep it a stack, bro. You download Genshin Impact, bro, and you see this. Hold on, let's see if I can find it again. Where is it? And like I said, I love Genshin Impact. I spent money on Genshin Impact. I S6 or C6 or whatever the fuck it's called in Genshin. But you download Genshin Impact and you see this. When you compare it to Wuwa, you see characters that look like this, the characters that look like that. Once again, it's personal preference. You can like the Play-Doh looking characters as opposed to the more detailed, more realistic designs. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know about y'all. If this is the shit that we're comparing, I would have 100% stuck with Wuthering Waves from day one. Once again, it's personal preference. I don't mind the colorful, chill vibes that I get from Genshin Impact, right? But this looks like the superior, higher quality game, if you ask me. Higher quality, more laid back, like Blaze just said, the cozy experience. So it's all up to personal preference. But, you know, anything can happen in that regard. They need to update these old characters. It sounds like newer models don't look that bad. Yeah, bro, like, bro, this is wild. I hadn't really ever, like, looked back at Genshin in a long time, but, like, when you compare things like this is crazy, bro. This is actually insane. The detail in the hair, in the eyes, in the out, bro, is a lot, bro. It's a big thing. But we are unks, man. If you think to yourself, you'll agree that more kids would prefer the latter. No, I agree. I do think that when it comes down to it, I do think more kids would probably end up playing Genshin Impact still. I do think that. Because it's more colorful, the saturation is there, so I do agree on that. I do think Genshin would still have the edge because of the colors and, like, more cozy feel to the characters and world. Alright, what is this other videos? Y'all send me way too many videos today, bro. Fuck. Okay. I'm going through the roster of, like, hating on YOOOO games, because apparently this one's about ZZZ, chat. I love them both. Raiden Shogun is bait. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. It's a fact that 1.0 was a filtering moment and a lot of people started coming because of 2.0. It's a fact the improvement made players come back. I think that the intro to 1.0 was a very slow intro for WooWa, right? I think the intro for WooWa was slow with 1.0, but when it came to like the later part of 1.0, it started picking up pretty damn good. True, Paimon helps the children by repeating dialogue 3 times. True. While the details and graphics in WooWa is better all across the board, you have to understand their main market likes playing via mobile, and WooWa isn't good on mobile. I'm Asian, so I know. Yeah, no, Kiko, I get you 100%. That's why I said that, let's just say they both ran perfectly, but at the same time, combat is a lot more complex in Wuthering Waves. So it would have been a little bit harder when it came to combat and such on mobile for WooWa. So yeah, I still do think, low-key, that Genshin would have done better, even if they released at the same time. I do think, though, that Wuthering Waves and Genshin would have been, like, neck to neck, and Kuro nowadays would be probably just as big as YOOOO, right? Had they released at the same time during COVID and all of that shit. All right, we're gonna watch. How many more videos did y'all? I might not react to, like, all 4 of these videos. I might just do this. What's this? It's from the same guy. What is this? XZZZ only player can't believe how amazing WooWa is. Yeah. Wuthering Waves completely outshines the big 4. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, with more reaction comes more interesting content. And today we have this video by an ZZZ only player who can't believe how amazing Wuthering Waves is. And I'm gonna be honest, if you're a Genshin Impact player, if you're a ZZZ player, give yourself some time. Treat yourself good. You deserve it. Go out and try Wuthering Waves, but really give it a chance. play yourself some of the story. 1.0 intro might be a little boring, but give yourself a little bit of time to try out the story, try some of the characters, try some of the combat, and you might change your mind about this game. Just do it. It's free. It ain't hurting nothing. But with all that, let's go ahead and see what this guy over here has to say regarding Wuthering Waves. And keep in mind, he is a ZZZ only player.
As a former ZZZ only content creator with quite literally 90% of my subscribers coming from ZZZ, I'm not gonna lie, I'm fully expecting y'all to cook me in the comment section.
Homie's instantly expecting to get cooked, bro. Oh, no.
For this one. I know y'all ain't gonna like this video, and for those of you that know me, well, you know I like to call a spade a spade. I always keep it real in my videos, but I just gotta come out on the record and say it. Wuthering Waves is a phenomenal game that I wish I'd give a proper shot earlier. Now,
you know what's crazy, chat? Like, I feel that, at least this is just for me, if my Wuthering Waves community, which my entire channel revolves around, saw me playing Genshin Impact, there might be the off chance that a couple people might come out and shit talk Genshin or shit talk me for playing Genshin. But other than that, you guys would just chill and, you know, watch my video normally. But the fact that he knows, as a ZZZ Ho-Yo only pretty much player, that the moment he just says that WOOOO is amazing, that he had fun playing it, that he's gonna get roasted, says a lot about the community, bro. The fact that he can't simply enjoy the game because he is now a traitor to the ZZZ and Ho-Yo gods is wild. Because that really is how it be out here, bro. You can't play both. You can only play one.
oh, I get it. The Wuthering Waves audience and the ZZZ audience, oil and water, they just don't really mix, like, at all. It's like trying to get a turn-based enjoyer to appreciate real-time combat. It just really ain't happening. And let's be honest, we all know who's to thank for that.
Hey, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's really like that. I have a lot of friends that play ZZZ and they play Wuthering Waves. I have friends that actively play both games. Matter of fact, there are some of you guys in the chat right now, and let me know if there's anybody in the chat watching right now. Do you guys play ZZZ and play Wuthering Waves? I personally think it's fine. Like, they're both good games. They both have cool combat. If you like combat and combos and character building, pretty cool. Play both games. But some people just can't understand that, bro.
Real-time combat, it just really ain't happening. And let's be honest, we all know who's to thank for that. That one man, Mr.
This man straight up called Saint Tontas, bro.
Saint Tontas. The ZZ audience has PTSD anytime his name comes up. Y'all hear Mr. Tontas and instantly half of the player base is triggered. Mr. Tontas is known as a terrorist in them ZZZ.
Mr. Saint Tontas is known as a terrorist in them ZZZ streets. Look, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of times you need one person out there to yap about what people don't want to hear. Maybe it's Saint Tontas, maybe it's not, but at the end of the day, you just gotta say some things that people don't want to hear, bro. And yes, Saint Tontas might not be the best person to do that according to the ZZZ streets, but if he's not saying it, who is?
Streets. And I mean, rightfully so. The man cooks ZZZ so hard that calling yourself a ZZZ player nowadays feels like you're calling yourself a mint picker. But here's the twist. Some of the stuff he says, it actually has some merit. I'm not saying I agree with everything. He do be reaching sometimes, but the core of what he critiques, he's not entirely wrong. And that's what kind of sparked up this video. See, ZZZ just hasn't really been doing it for me lately. I don't know what it is, but every new patch just feels like filler. I've been saying this since the beginning. The character designs, they don't really hit for me. Like, they're not ugly or anything, but they don't have the same impact on me as other gacha.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Arlecchino, I'm pretty sure this is Arlecchino. Amazing design. Raiden May, I would suck a fart out of her ass. I don't know who the hell this is. I'm not a big fan. She looks kind of young, not my thing. But these two, woo, peak designs.
Games do. The story is all right. I'll give them that.
That wasn't Raiden. That was, what was her name, bro? I just said the wrong name for her because they all look the same. They're like cousins, bro. What's the name of this chick? Yo, what's the name of this chick, bro? Oh, she's from Honkai Star Rail, bro. I pulled her. I forgot her name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. This chick is fire, bro. Ooh, she got a katana. Acheron. Bro, Acheron's design. Ooh, oh my god, bro. She was so fire. She was so good.
Not ugly or anything, but they don't have the same impact on me as other gacha games do. The story is all right. I'll give them that. And I do love the combat system. ZZ's combat is still, in my opinion, one of the best in the genre. Their world building is unique, I'll give them their props there, but it just doesn't outweigh the cons for me anymore. And look, every gacha
Blaze said, brother, a fake Honkai Star Rail fan. Bro, I haven't played in over a year, bro. I don't remember these characters. He called me out, bro. My CC is a fake fan, bro.
the game has its ups and downs. That's just how it goes. But this low feels like rock bottom. I'm just not having fun like I used to. Back in the day, I'd log in, grind, get hyped for drops. Now I log in, stare at the screen for a few minutes, maybe do a daily or two, and log out. We hit a high with version 1.3. That was peak ZZZ, but ever since then, it felt like a slow ride down the roller coaster. Like we peak again at 2.0, that gave me hope, but then next patch just kind of deflated it. So naturally, I was just gonna ride it out, wait for the game to bounce back, but then I decided I wanted to try some other gacha games out while I wait for ZZZ to get a bit better. I brought HSR onto the channel recently, and that's actually been a nice breath of fresh air. I've genuinely been having fun with it. I like the overall story, I like some of the character writings, and it scratched that turn-based itch that I've been having for quite a while. But then I heard a few of my friends talking about Wuthering Waves again. They showed me a peek of Augusta's combat leaks, and that's what actually really made me look into the game again. Now, I ain't new to WOOOO. I played it during 1.0, wasn't really feeling it. The story was meh at the time of 1.0, and the game felt half-cooked. Like, the game needed more time in the oven, so I dropped it. Came back during 2.0, picked up Carlotta, messed around for a bit, but didn't really stay long. Backlog was super crazy, and I didn't feel like playing catch-up. But this time I said, let me give it a real shot. No half measures, I cleared out time, I committed, and I've been playing it consistently just to really understand how it feels as a game. And
this is what I be telling a lot of people. You get into the game, and like everything, there's build-up, there's understanding that needs to happen regarding these games, and a lot of times, bro, a lot of people don't give enough time for these games to cook. And yo, I'm one of those people. When I first ever played ZZZ, I played on stream for 5 hours. I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't for me. I dropped it, right? But I still told people, go out and try it for yourself. Give it a shot. Even as I was saying it wasn't for me and I didn't like it, I was telling people in my review video to go ahead and try the game for themselves. And I feel that a lot of people that come from like Honkai, Genshin, ZZZ, hop into WOOOO and instantly criticize it. They're playing ZZZ or Genshin with some of the end game characters in there. They have full built teams, solid rotations. They hop into WOOOO, into a brand new game. They have, you know, the basic characters, standard banner characters that are a year old at this point, and they're playing a story that's also a year old. It was like the build up to it, and they instantly call it bad and that it sucks because they're comparing it to peak of their other games. But if you give Wuthering Waves a try and you really test out what it has to offer, I promise you, most people will actually probably have the same thoughts as this guy.
I gotta be real with y'all, Wuthering Waves at this point of its life cycle is the only gacha game I've seen improve this consistently over time. Like, it's wild how much better it feels now compared to when I first touched it.
Really
Back in 1.0, everything felt stiff, combat had potential, but it was clunky, animations didn't really flow, characters felt like they were missing a layer of polish, and the world, as big as it was, felt kind of empty. I log in and just think this game needs a whole extra year of development. Fast forward now, it feels like I'm playing a completely different title. Combat, it's buttery smooth. I'm swapping between characters, chaining abilities, pulling off parries, and it just feels great. Every button press has weight behind it, and you could tell the devs went in and really fine-tuned the responsiveness. And it's not just mechanics, it's the presentation. The animations have gotten glow-ups, ultimates feel cinematic, and even the smaller stuff like movement, dodges, and attack cancels feel refined. There's something really satisfying about pulling off a clean combo in Wuthering Waves that I just don't get anywhere else.
And I agree with what he said. Even though I was a big fan of Wuthering Waves when it dropped at first, right? Even in 1.0, when I look back at 1.0 and I look at some of the teams that I was playing, right? Even if we look at like Calcharo, Yinlin, Verena, right? Or Mortifi, Gion, Verena, right? Like the peak teams during 1.0, you look back at those teams and then you look back at how it feels to play current rotations with characters like the premium Havoc team or Augusta's team or Cardathia's team. It feels like an entirely, completely different game. We compare those rotations and those teams nowadays and the way it feels to play the game to those 1.0 teams and rotations. It feels like you were playing with a brick back in 1.0 to what it feels like now. The absolute level of improvement that Wuthering Waves has gone through, not only in their character designs, their kits, and their combat, but overall the entirety of the game. The way the maps look, the way the world feel is actually insane, bro.
Then there's the quest design. Remember how 1.0 quests felt like fetch missions? Talk to the NPC, run here, kill a mob, get your reward, done. Now in 2.0 and beyond, they actually feel like proper story beats. There's tension, there's pacing, there's build up, and because of that, I actually care about the outcome. And bro, the world feels alive now. But obviously there's still some improvements that they could do, but it still feels pretty good. Exploring in Wuthering Waves feels rewarding. You stumble across hidden bosses, puzzles, lore, snippets, and it doesn't feel forced. It feels like you're genuinely uncovering stuff in the world that exists beyond just, here's your next quest marker. The environments are more vibrant too, so you actually just want to just wander. But the biggest shift for me is the characters. At launch, I'll be honest, none of them really hooked me. They look cool, sure, but they felt hollow. Now though, they put in the work to flesh these characters out. Each new addition feels distinct, not just in gameplay, but in personality and motivation. You got characters who aren't just strong DPSs or a support unit. They've got reasons to exist in the world, backstories that tie into lore, and interactions that actually make me invested into them. Like when I unlock a new character now, I'm not just thinking, how do they fit into my rotation? I'm thinking, what's their deal? What's their connection to the world? How do they see things differently? That's rare in gachas.
And I felt the exact same way starting from Shang-Li forward. Like, yes, we still had Genshin, but what changed that for me was the story quest, the personal quest for Shang-Li, where we saw her as a kid and we saw a little bit of her story and what she had to go through. From that point forward, to me, the characters felt like they had a personality to them, like they actually felt like an actual entity within the game, and not just another shiny little object that you pull to slot into your team. A lot of these characters feel very unique from the character perspective, not even just their kit, just the actual character. You understand them and you actually feel for them, not just another shiny new unit that gets added into the game.
Most just treat their characters as collectible power units, but WOOOO makes them feel like part of the story. And that ties into the dev team. What blows me away is how intentional they've been about improving things. It's not lip service, it's actual action. Players complain about an issue and you see it addressed in the next major patch. That cycle of feedback and response builds trust. And I think that's why the community's energy feels different. There's excitement. People are hyped not just for the current content, but for the direction of where the game's going. And to me, that's rare. Like, how many gachas can you honestly say are more fun 2 years after launch than they were at the start? Usually,
I'm gonna be honest, one thing that I really like about Wuthering Waves that I don't get this feeling with a lot of other games is that with Wuthering Waves, I know, I don't expect, I don't think, I know that it's going to improve with every patch, with every big update that they do. I know that it's going to improve. I play a lot of these other games and it's like, I hope they improve it. I hope they add quality of life. I don't expect it because they simply don't do it. But with Wuthering Waves and how the developers listen, you know it's coming. Whether it's coming in, you know, the next patch or 3 patches down the line, you know it's coming. Perfect example. I remember that about 4 months ago, we were all talking about flying in 1.0. And a lot of people were like, bro, flying is not going to come out. And there was this vast majority of people talking about how we wanted and needed flying in 1.0 to make that 1.0 experience feel that much better for new players. A lot of people didn't think it was going to happen. I said, if developers hear enough feedback from the players, they are going to add it because it effectively makes the game better. Well, guess what? We just got flying in 1.0. So whether we have certain issues with the game currently, maybe right now we're not very invested in the end game because there's not a lot of intricate end game modes for us to try out. We might not be getting something right now. We might not get it in 2-3 months, but eventually it'll come. And it's not one of those things where I hope or I think, I know Kuro is gonna cook. And that's something that feels really good when you go into a gacha game, that you know it's going to improve down the line because devs are effectively waiting for constructive criticism. And and they appreciate constructive criticism.
Usually it's the opposite. They start strong, then slowly bleed out. WOOOO, it's been the reverse. Every patch feels like a genuine step forward, and I think that's what I've been hooked to. Not because it's flawless, it still has some things I'd like to change, but because it feels like a game where my time investment actually matters. Like if I stick around, I'll get to see it grow into something even crazier. And that's why I'll continue to play WOOOO. It feels like my next home, and it actually blows me away with how well the game is now as opposed to 1.0. This is some of the most fun I've had with a gacha game since Prime Genshin Impact. Zero Glaze aside, it's a really fun gacha game that I wish I played sooner. Wuthering Waves is a game that's revived my interest in the open world genre. I've been waiting for games like Ananta or Azure Promelia in hopes that their open world aspect is something that's actually done right, but little did I know that Wuthering Waves was my answer all along. I'm excited to see what the future holds for Wuthering Waves, as the future does indeed seem bright. Fingers crossed that the dev team can keep up the momentum. This story has me locked in more than any gacha game out besides FGO, and I can't wait to see where the story takes us next. But for all my ZZZ folks that haven't given WOOOO a try, you should. ZZZ and WOOOO are two different games that scratch two different itches. You might mess around and actually really enjoy it just like I have. I'm confident a lot of gacha players can find some enjoyment out of Wuthering Waves. But for those of you that may have took this video as offense, well, I'm not really sorry. It is what it is. ZZZ hasn't been fun for me for quite a bit, and some of you ZZZ fans secretly know it, but just haven't come to terms with it. It's okay. All we can do now is voice our concerns, and if they're voiced loud enough, eventually the devs will be forced again to implement more change. Regardless, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. For those of you that have played Wuthering Waves, let me know what keeps you playing. For those of you that play ZZZ and haven't touched WOOOO, why not? What's stopping you? Or if you have played it, what don't you like about it? My name's Smaxan. I used to be a ZZZ only content creator, but now I'm spreading my wings and introducing more gacha games to my channel. If you like discussion-based content or challenge-based content, make sure to hit that sub button and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss out on any future videos. If you like,
Yeah, you heard him. Hit the like button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out any of my videos. And his too. Go do that for him as well.
this video, I'm more than confident you'll like either one of these videos on screen. On the left, we talk about why I think HSR's most hated story, Amphorius, is actually their best story.
All right, yo, that was a pretty good video, low-key. I feel that a lot of people got to give more chances to some of these other games, right? I myself didn't enjoy ZZZ when it first came out. Shit, I might mess around and give it a try, and who knows, maybe I'll like it. But don't be a fanboy to any of these games. Don't blindly follow any of these games and just hate on the other one just for the hell of it. Try them out. What's the worst that can happen? You find it to be enjoyable and you end up playing it. But that's going to be it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace. All right. Bro, I'm not even going to lie, chat. I'm actually tired. Y'all sent me way too many videos to react to today. All right. Should really try out DNA and Enfield. I'm definitely going to try those. I'm definitely going to try those out, bro. I'm looking forward to a lot of those other games, bro. I'm definitely looking forward to a lot of those other games. Let's see. I have 3 more videos to react to, but I think I'm going to leave them for tomorrow. I think I'm going to leave these 3 videos for tomorrow so we don't react to 6 freaking videos in one stream. I think that's a little bit too much. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see if I have anything left to do over here. And if I don't, we will be calling it a day for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Let me double check real quick. By the way, welcome everybody that's brand new. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Much love to all the new viewers. Appreciate y'all. Just know that we do this almost every single day. I might take an occasional break here and there. But for the most part, I'm usually live every day. Just join our Discord with ! Discord. We have a great Discord. Every now and then we get a weirdo, but you know, for the most part, we're really chill. And we're always in the VC. So feel free to jump in and come hang out with us. CJ, afterwards, hit me up. What's your, on Discord, or like, where do I hit you up? Is your name the same on Discord? I'll have to look for you, bro, and I'll definitely hit you up with a message. Did I see my energy? My energy is not capped, thankfully. Okay, it's almost. I got a lot of energy. I got one run of something. Hold on. Let's do one run of this. Yo, grab. Alright, hit me up on Twitter. I don't go on Twitter much, but hit me up and I'll reply to your message and we'll chat it up, bro. You play WOOOO and ZZZ. I literally just said that it's pretty normal to play both games. All right, I'm going to do one run of this, and then we'll call it a day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it with Augusta's team. Will you be trying out Notcry when it comes out in a few days? Bro, I haven't played Genshin in so long that even if I went into Genshin, I would have to probably unlock the entire map before I could even build that, dude. I don't use it as much, but I do go in. Like, if you tell me you're going to message me on there, Blaze, I'll definitely be keeping an eye out today, tomorrow, and the next few days for when you message me. All right, wait. Do I still have... Oh, no, I got the good team. People are so scared to skip any character, but they say they aren't interested for future characters. What you talking about? Y'all be confusing me sometimes. She was the beginning of Power Creep and Honkai Star Rail. Acheron? I'll send you soon whenever you finish this. Alright, bro. Sounds good. I'm probably about to finish it because I gotta go eat. Gonna chill with my girl, but I'll hit you up right back. Let's do this. Why am I doing all of that? I don't need to do all that. There we go. I'm doing the whole rotation like I need to do it. Before we end it, let's go do one hologram. I want to do one hologram before I end the stream. I haven't done holograms in 3 days, and y'all know I stay doing like hours of hologram runs here. I can't be getting crusty and dusty with my hologram clears, bro. We're just gonna do the regular cookie cutter rotation. Astral modulation. Feel my wrath.
Let's do this another way.
Fight by my side.
Oh, no, we still got it. There we go. Damn! That's a lot of damage. Y'all know I love killing this dude, bro. Even when I was S6R5, I always fought this dude. He's just like the easiest to fight. He's just a brick. So I would always do my testing on that one guy. And then when I wanted to get sweaty, I would go to Hecate. But Hecate's... I hate the two turn fucking things, bro. Fallacy has always been my one character that I always test. Yeah, my Augusta is S6. Did I swipe? A little bit. Not me, per se. I have a homie in my Discord. Shout out to Jet. The community knows. I have a homie that comes through and he's like, yo, S6 this character. And I'm like, bet. And then we S6 it on stream. Shout out to Jet. That's why we have this emo going on right here. Jet Bomb. But anyway, guys, much love. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and hanging out today. I know we did like 3 reactions. I'm going to start reacting a little bit more because you guys like when I yap. But hopefully we get more content to do soon in WOOOO. Have a wonderful night, everybody. I love y'all. I'll kiss you in the neck if you're over 28. If you're not over 28, I won't kiss you in the neck. But yeah, man. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And peace.
Don't care, walking the dust off. Is that what you do? Is that all you're made of? Whatever ain't right, wrote it on yourself.